Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Empower.
Nick bought a new guitar, a 62 American Classic Electric. Does he know how to play? No. But Nick's Empower investment account has performed well. He got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risks. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is a really, really, really good guitar solo.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles. Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland is on for your Friday afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, the Friday, March 14th edition of Mason in Ireland is on for a feel-good F-It Friday. Johnny I is in the Mile High City. Mace is here, producer Laura, producer Brian Cohen. We get ready for Lakers Nuggets. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. tonight on 710 ESPN. And, of course, on the all-new ESPN LA app in crystal clear digital audio. Crystal clear like Mace's booby-trapped snacks.
And, like, bags of chips fall out on you.
Yeah.
And then there's a chocolate drawer. I mean, it's like all this. There are so many ways to go wrong at my mom's house. It's
That's like a mom thing,
it's
though.
booby-trapped. It's booby-trapped for me.
Plus, don't forget 710 4CHLA. Children's Hospital Los Angeles. You could bid on fabulous experiences like the one I'm going to bid on. Golf with Johnny I and James Worthy at 710-4CHLA.com. Force John to play 18 holes with me. How about that? Let's do it, Johnny I. You and me, baby. Speaking of doing it, let's do it for Friday.
Now.
Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Kasim is filling in for Brian Cohen today.
Kasim.
What's going on? Hello. Kasim is. How long have you been training here? You're official, right? You're not even training anymore.
Official, yeah.
Yeah, and you sat in this week, so you know how
this week,
show
last
works.
Week, so,
yeah.
Hey,
By the way, in regards to Morales' Open,
yeah,
I would welcome a chance to play golf with Morales. See, the guy almost died.
Yeah, I
know. My attitude about Morales has done a 180. I'm glad that he's alive. I'll play, Chris, I'll play 36, 72, whatever you want to do.
There you go. See? So, by the way, the auction is going on for CHLA, and we're broadcasting live from CHLA on Monday all day long. But the bid right now for golf with John Ireland and James Worthy is $1,000. That is the current bid.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Does it say who has it?
It does not.
Okay.
It does not. By the way, I have got a USC football VIP experience with the sidelines and everything. Current bid is $521.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
That's a better deal than a sideline. You'll never get this opportunity again to go to the sideline, so you guys should jump on that.
You want to come to Cosm with me for an experience? $500 or $520 is the current bid. The one that I'm surprised at is baseball, a local baseball game with me, Trav, and Bergman. You would think that would go big, but right now, where are we on that one? That is $409.
Well, what's a little weird about that is that that's a solo thing, right? Like you can't bring a guest to that.
No, you can bring a guest. Yeah, it's you and a guest.
So you're going to buy 5 tickets?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. It's me, Bergman, Travis, you, and a guest. $409 is the current bid. So if you want to bid on any of this stuff, and again, the proceeds all go to Children's Hospital Los Angeles, go to 7104FORCHLA.com. That's 7104CHLA.com. Want to see you. And by the way, and then you can join us live on Monday when we're at Children's Hospital. I assume, Laura, is that a show up and hang out with us?
I will confirm.
Yeah, I will confirm. Ireland last night was rough. Weren't really
somewhat predictable though, don't you think?
I do. I mean, Luka. I thought maybe Luka could carry them to a win, and he did everything he could. 45 points last night, and Austin Reeves had a really good night, but everybody else incredibly quiet. Alex Len was in the starting lineup again last night, right?
Yes.
And I think we've seen and understand who Alex Len is, and I think I'd like to see a little more Christian Coloco, maybe a little Markieff Morris, but I think Alex Len is really just a guy, a really big guy, but just a guy.
Well, I think what they're doing, I don't know this for a fact, but I think what they're doing is they're trying to see, they're auditioning people to see who can play down the stretch run.
Right.
So they sat Trey Jemison last night.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I hope he plays tonight. I think he's going to have to with all these other guys out.
Yep.
But I've liked Jemison a little bit more than I've liked Len. He's kind of a bull in the china shop, but I think for going up against a guy like Jokic, you kind of need that.
Yeah.
But Jemison and Jordan Goodwin are on two-way contracts, so they need to decide whether or not to upgrade those two to standard contracts. I think that's probably where it's headed.
They absolutely should upgrade them to standard
And so
contracts.
I think they're giving guys like Alex Len playing time to make sure they're making the right decision, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. And I think tonight, no Luka, no LeBron, no Rui, no Dorian Finney-Smith is listed as doubtful, so probably not him. It's going to be tough sledding in Denver. It feels like just a scheduled loss.
Maybe, but like last year they won in Boston against the team that ended up winning the title without LeBron and without AD. I mean, stranger things have happened. They're so shorthanded though, Mace. I would say, what do you think? Maybe 10% chance, 15?
Yeah, I mean you got 4 starters out.
Right, including LeBron and Luka.
Correct.
Which is basically our team.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one. Plus the travel, you got there super late, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think my head finally hit the pillow about 3:15.
And you went out to the haunted airport.
Yeah.
You don't watch Paradise, do you?
Lisa did. She watched the whole thing. She's trying to get me to watch. I watched the first 2 episodes, and it moved a little slow.
So you
for
know
me.
the basic premise, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a little spoilery, but if you haven't watched the first episode.
You find out what happens in the first episode.
In the first episode, yeah the world is kind of ended, and there is an underground city. It is in Colorado, and I swear to God that's really happening. That is the airport in Denver. It is the airport in Denver. They even say it's in Colorado, which is where the Denver airport is. The Denver airport is located way away from the city. And it's dug into the ground. I think there's an underground city there, and I think Dick Cheney probably lives there.
Well, Michael said that originally they thought it was going to cost $8 billion, and it costs like $30+ billion.
That airport costs $30+ billion. Oh yeah, there's an underground city.
It's huge.
There.
Yeah, it's gigantic, and they built it in the middle of nowhere. It would be like if LAX was in Ontario.
Correct. Yes.
That would be the equivalent.
It's a very good comparison. All right, coming up next for you, we'll get you ready for Lakers. That's what's on tap today here on 710. Thanks to Michelob Ultra. Lakers in Denver. Coverage starts at 5, tip-off 6:30. Hear it all for your afternoon drive on 710 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, only worth it if you enjoy it. All right, hanging banners is a pretty momentous thing, but UCLA has a couple of banners that they haven't hung that maybe they should. We will do that coming up next for you. In the meantime, if you haven't been to Cosm by now, what am I just talking? Do you not hear me? Cosm is like, it brings you the ultimate sports experience. You can watch all your favorite stuff like NBA, NHL, college basketball, Premier League, soccer, WWE. If you want to go 3:15 on Monday morning or Tuesday morning, whenever that is, to see the Dodgers, it is on those enormous wraparound, high-resolution, shared reality screens. It will be like you are in Tokyo at the game. And by the way, that's the Dome. They've also got the Hall. Now, the Hall is gigantic, multi-screen, so many screens on the wall. You can watch every single game at once. It's like a gigantic sports bar. And then there's the roof deck, which is overlooking both SoFi Stadium and the Ballmer Dome. It is a really cool view, great food, great craft cocktails, great beers all throughout the venue. If you've not been there yet, get to Cosm. Go to Cosm.com, COSM.com, Cosm.com. See what events are coming up and grab your tickets. They go fast. That's Cosm.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
You deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers' Rights.
833-ESPN 710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
It's spring in the Southland, and the season of adventure is here. So why not hit the road in a brand new Kia from Kia of Carson? Whether you want a sleek sedan, a spacious SUV, or the latest hybrid or EV, Kia of Carson has the perfect ride for you. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, we have all the latest tech-savvy vehicles that make the season of adventure more exciting. And Kia of Carson makes car buying easy, fun, and unforgettable. But don't wait. Our spring sales event is happening now. Hurry in today or shop online at KiaofCarson.com. Kia of Carson. Let's get you on the road.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon. The Waba Grill lunch hour is on. Why do they grill the order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins and fresh steamed vegetables. Right now, get a value bowl combo for only $8.99 for a limited time. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you as the Waba Grill lunch hour continues on 710.
So, Ireland, you weren't here much of the week. I just piled up stories. I've got so many stories here that we didn't get to, so I'm going to try to race through as much of it as we can.
Are we playing a Huey Lewis bump?
I believe we are.
We are.
And is it because this song came out on a particular day?
Yes, it was a #1 hit in 1987.
87. There you go.
Wow, haven't heard Huey Lewis in a while.
When I think of Huey Lewis, I often think of the movie American Psycho.
Why?
Because he does that whole routine where he's killing some guy to Hip to Be Square. You've never seen that movie?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
Christian Bale, right?
Christian Bale, yeah, it's really, really good.
Before you get to all these stories you got, let me ask you guys a question. Does anybody get Fubo, F-U-B-O
Yes.
TV?
It is I have it, but I don't think I watch it.
You have to pay for it.
You do. So like
there's an app for it, but
there's
I
an
guess
app,
I don't pay for it.
But you do pay for it. So my friend, I've talked about this. She has it. She paid a pretty good penny for it, and she can share it with other people.
Well, she's not supposed to, but good for her.
Well, yeah. It says it allows you 5.
The UCLA game is on Fubo, and I just tried to download it, and they want like $70. There's a 5-day free trial, but I don't trust myself to remember to get out of it. And so anything that asks for my credit card, I'm out.
You know what I do? Here's what I've been doing. You go ahead and sign up for it. And once you've signed up, you immediately cancel it.
Yes, some will let you do
on the spot.
That's the hack. Yeah.
And then
do you still get the 5 days?
You still get the 5 days.
Most things
I'm
do.
gonna try that right
Some
now.
things don't.
Yeah.
But most things do. Fubo is expensive. My friend pays, like I said, a pretty penny.
Yeah,
I'm
like the cheapest plan was like $80.
Yeah, she pays way more than that. I was like, girl, get DirecTV or something.
What's it for? Do they have their
So
own
it's
shows?
sports.
It's just for sports?
She doesn't have DirecTV or anything like that, so that's her alternative. It's like local
Right, but
TV and all
Laura,
that stuff.
I do have DirecTV, and I can't watch the UCLA game because it's only on Fubo.
Yeah. So you're trying to just for that reason. This is her alternative. So this is like her, streaming provider.
So speaking of UCLA basketball, that's where you wanted to start.
That is
right?
where I want to go. Exactly, Ireland. So UCLA, most schools hang, when it comes to the NCAA tournament, most schools hang Final Four banners. UCLA does not, because they've got so many of the real banners. I assume that's why they don't hang Final Four banners.
Yeah, because they have 11 of the national champion banners.
So Ben Howland, who was a UCLA coach for a number of years, made 3 Final Fours, and he was on a
in a row.
In a row.
He was on a podcast with Tracy Pearson and David Woods, who are the guys that run Bruin Report online.
Yes,
I want to credit them for this.
Sure,
they're the ones that got Ben Howland. But Ben feels, he's no longer coaching, but he feels that they should recognize those 3 Final Fours.
We're the only school that doesn't recognize Final Fours in the entire country. God bless, the fact that there's so many national banners, the most of anybody in college basketball. But I think we've been 19 times, is that right?
Yeah.
19 different times now. And that's more than anybody as well, I'm pretty sure, that they should be recognized.
What do you think, Ireland? You're a UCLA guy.
Yeah, I hate it.
You do not want the Final Four banners
I do not.
hanging.
No, I mean, the Dodgers only, the Dodgers could hang division champions every time. They don't. The Lakers could. I've told you the story a million times about how when they won the Western Conference here in Denver years ago, they didn't even pick up the trophy.
Right.
They didn't want it. I think that there are certain schools and franchises that are above that, and UCLA is one of them. UCLA has more national championships than any other school, more than Kentucky, more than North Carolina, more than everybody. I think that should be the standard. Those are the only banners I want to see. I thank Ben Howland for getting us to 3 straight Final Fours. Those guys on those teams were great. Our buddy Ryan Hollins was on those teams. No banner.
No banner.
What do you think?
When you've got that many championship banners, I don't know why you would hang Final Four banners. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense. How many Final Fours are there in addition to?
Yeah, you would do it to recognize people, but UCLA doesn't go to the tournament to just make it to the Final Four. They go to the tournament to win it, just like the Dodgers. Can you imagine if the Dodgers don't win the World Series this year and then they hang a National League West Division Champion banner?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
No, you, as a huge Dodger fan, would consider that season a complete failure.
A complete failure. A total bomb of a season.
Right.
North Carolina's been to 21 Final Fours. UCLA has been to 18. Does Carolina hang Final Four banners? No, only championship banners.
Well, you know what? I don't know that. I should – let me Google it.
Kentucky's got 17, Kansas 16. I wonder if those schools hang Final Four banners. They don't have as many championships as UCLA.
Right, so maybe that's why that North Carolina, if they do hang it, I'm just typing in, does North Carolina hang Final Four banners? Yes, the University of North Carolina hangs banners to commemorate its Final Four appearances, along with national championships and ACC championships.
So does that change your mind at all?
Nope.
North Carolina's been to one less Final Four than
More.
Oh no, yeah, they've been to more. They've been to 21 Final Fours.
Yeah, but they didn't win.
Right. So you're going to be, and you don't believe in recognizing the players that don't quite get there, that reach the achievement of the Final Four, but don't punch the ticket to the national championship.
Correct. And I think UCLA won the NIT one year I was in school.
I wouldn't hang that.
I don't know if they do. I don't think they do.
The NIT is like to find the 66th best player
right,
in
right.
66th
so
best
I
team
think
in
it's
America.
okay to, like, the Lakers are only interested in, like, Rob Pelinka, if he was on right now, would say, we're in it to win the championship.
Right.
If we don't, we failed. And so I wouldn't hang a we made it to the finals, a Western Conference Finals banner, but most other teams do. I'm saying if you have the history of UCLA or the history of the Lakers or the history of the Dodgers, that's not what you're playing for.
And it doesn't matter that it's been 30 years since you won a national championship.
Correct.
Whew, 30 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
By the way, that means I remember that national championship so
You and I were there
clearly.
in Seattle.
We were there for it. And remember, we had Jim Herrick on the next day, and all that stuff went down. That was 30 years ago.
1995 at the Kingdom, which doesn't
Crazy.
even exist anymore.
Yeah, no, it doesn't even
Jeannie
exist.
Velasco and I stayed up all night. We were doing a morning show then.
Yes.
And we were partying with those guys, and somebody said, hey, Ireland, what time are you on? And I said, we go on at 5. He goes, you mean in 45 minutes?
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got to go.
Now, the Lakers do hang, although I would argue that it's mandatory, and Adam Silver gave them no choice whatsoever. They do have that in-season tournament banner hanging somewhere, don't they?
Yeah, I'm
over
hoping,
a bathroom or somewhere?
No, I'm hoping that that at some point that somebody creative finds a way to, shall we say, misplace that banner.
Yeah. Well, the old George Karl, who's such a Lakers troll,
right.
He suggested that if you sew the in-season tournament banner with the bubble championship banner, it equals one full banner.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He is an idiot.
Yeah.
The bubble exactly.
was hard.
It was
hard. Maybe harder than regular ones.
All right, so I wanted to get to this. This is Rich Paul.
Okay.
Rich Paul on players, and it kind of layers in with this face of the franchise and people chasing old ghosts of players. Listen to what Rich Paul says. I want you to react to it.
Okay.
For those that have the platforms to talk about the sport, they're going to always lean and be biased towards when they played and or the previous years, but it's supposed to get better. You know, just like anything in life, you know, when you look at the cars, the Model T today is now we have electric cars. Or the Model T of yesterday, today we have electric cars. It used to be horseback riding. You know, everything is different. You know, Walkmans to iPods to now we have iTunes. Everything is different, right? Taxis to Ubers. There's an evolution, right? And so we have to allow that to be the same in our sport, and you know, not just try to judge these guys and have them chase goats all the time. We have great players in the league, as you can see. Look at the Cavs. Look at what Boston's been able to maintain to do. Look at OKC and what Shea is doing leading that team. Jokic is, phenomenal. Giannis. And the list goes on and on and on. And that's just to name a few, in addition to the guys that we already know, the older guys has some consistency there. And so, you know, you hate to hear it, but they get paid the big bucks to talk about it. It's not all true. This idea that these guys couldn't play in the 80s and 90s, that's false.
Right. I would argue that these guys could play in the 80s and 90s, and guys from the 80s and 90s would have evolved their game to be able to play today. The talented guys from the 80s and 90s would have been able to play in this league because they would have trained, practiced, studied, prepared the way guys do today.
The game Rich Paul is right, first of all, and the game has never been better. If the current world champion Celtics played a 7-game series against those teams with Bill Russell and Bob Cousy back there, they'd beat them by 30. And it's not because Cousy and Russell couldn't adjust. They would. It's the other guys.
Right.
You know, like you look last year, Derek White, who is probably the 5th guy on that team. It was Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis. Yeah. Derek White would be as good as anybody on those 60 Celtics teams except probably Russell. And so same thing with the Lakers. The 72 Lakers are generally considered the best team ever with Gail Goodrich and Jerry West and Wilt and those guys. The Shaq and Kobe Lakers would have destroyed him just because of what Rich said. The game has evolved.
But don't you think if Jerry West came along, for example, in, let's say, 2015, would he not have elevated his game and his game would be modeled for the modern NBA and Jerry West would still play really, really well today?
So would Gail Goodrich, so would Wilt.
Yes.
But Jim McMillan and Happy
You're
Hairston,
saying the other guys
who are on those teams, I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum just run circles around him.
Right. I do think we have a tendency to romanticize whatever happened before.
Right.
And to some degree, hey, you'll never be Wilt, you'll never be Bill Russell, hey, you'll never be Michael Jordan, all that stuff. There is an element of they're chasing ghosts.
Jokic is Wilt, but he shoots threes.
Yeah.
You know, so there you go.
Okay, I wanted to play one more thing because this kind of ties in. This, to me, is the problem with NBA coverage today. Here is Shaquille O'Neal.
I hear people say, oh, the NBA is boring.
On
I
a
go, you're
podcast.
watching the same teams. Because if you put on the Detroit Pistons right now.
Oh, stop it. They're boring, too. Get
No.
Bro, 4 games under 500.
They've won 7 in a row.
Whoopee freaking do.
And I don't think they're 4 games under 500.
All right, what are they?
I'm going to look it up right now. And if you're right, I'm going to be pissed. They're 6 games over 500. They've won 7 in a row. Cade Cunningham is balling.
You want to brag about a team that's 32-26?
Oh, see how he moved the goalposts?
Yeah, stop it.
They were 10 games better than he thought.
That's not success.
They need to be 70-4.
40-20. We talked about it.
So we can only talk about 3 teams?
Bro, Detroit Pistons ain't winning no championship. Stop it.
Well, no. But
Okay.
You want to know what the odds are if they did?
So here's the thing. I try not to pretend. Like, for example, Cade Cunningham I think, is just an unbelievable player. Do I watch Pistons basketball all the time? No. But Shaq is dismissing them without really knowing. And Andy Kamenetsky, if he was here, would say those inside the NBA guys crap on the NBA every time they're on the air.
They do, and the other day Shaq said Chauncey Billups is doing a great job with the Pistons.
Yes.
Well, Chauncey Billups is the coach of the Blazers. So, they don't necessarily – the reason Shaq's on TV and the reason he's good at it is he has a little kid personality.
Yeah, he's funny.
Just super fun.
Yeah.
But he's not Brian Windhorst.
Correct.
He couldn't recite to you. I think if you asked Shaq to name all 30 teams in the NBA, he would struggle.
Right, and Barkley the same.
Right. Well, did you see what Barkley said the other day? He said,
what now?
I've been poor, I've been rich, I've been fat, I've been skinny. The Clippers have always sucked.
That's awesome. See,
that's how Charles gets headlines.
Despite all that Lakers hating, that is a little redemptive for Charles Barkley bagging on the Clippers. All right, coming up next, going to spin the wheel of questions. So much stuff coming up today, including a big round of sports graffiti starting in about 15 minutes. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, did you know that if you're hiring, it can take up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job? Nobody's got that kind of time. Start using ZipRecruiter. Right now, you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it simply this way. They don't leave anything to chance. They have a powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So stop messing around and go to that exclusive web address to try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason and Ireland.
First class. Up in the sky. I mean, come on, man.
You can be up there with me, Captain.
Nah, your contract's different than mine. Mine is.
You need to get a better deal, bro.
Back by the bathroom. Up in the sky. He's in economy.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Is your vehicle due for service? Is it time to get those wipers replaced? If so, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. For over 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you. At Valvoline, you stay in your car safe while the expert technicians make sure your ride is at its best. Oil changes, wiper blades, and more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hey, it's DeMarco. ESPN LA is proud to partner with Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the 10th annual Make March Matter campaign. Helping kids get the breakthrough care they need, CHLA gives families hope with leading-edge research and treatments. ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 experiences, like a Pachanga weekend package, including a round of golf with me and Travis. Every dollar raised goes to CHLA. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference today. That's 710forchla.com.
I'm looking over. Oh, speaking of looks, luck has nothing to do with it. It's hard work and lots of humility. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Lucky gift giveaway. Get a 9.5-inch ceramic wok when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 18th.
Number 2.
Desi Banks, live April 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
St. Patty's Day freebie. Get a lucky Morongo bottle opener keychain, the 17th.
Morongo.
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
Wheel of questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right. Let's see. What do we got here?
That's a dumbass question.
Well, it may or may not be. I don't know. We will find out.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I was a big fan of Jessica Simpson when I was growing up, and I know Morales, shout out to him, who's feeling way better, was also a big fan.
Okay.
So this one's really for him, and you guys will join in. She performed her first show in 15 years after her split with her partner, Eric Johnson. She said, you write some good music when you go through a heartbreak. So I know all of us have gone through a heartbreak. Usually when that happened with me, I would get a little drunk. So what was your remedy when you went through a heartbreak?
I went and traveled.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I went and traveled after. That's when I was talking to Kasim about this. That's when I went to Africa. After my heart got broken, I was like, screw it. I'm just going to go out and see the world. Went all over Africa, backpacked around there,
Cool.
Egypt and Senegal and Ghana and all sub-Saharan Western Africa. That's what I did to deal with the heartbreak. John, has your heart ever been broken?
Not to that degree, no.
Not enough to run away to Africa?
Or get
no,
drunk?
I'm with Laura.
Okay.
If I go through a breakup and I've never really had a really, really bad one, but if I go through a breakup, I just head straight to the bar.
Yeah.
I figure that'll solve any temporary problem that I have.
Go to the bottle.
Yeah, but now that I'm older, I can't drink as much. So it might not end as well as it did when I was younger.
No, of course not. Kasim, what about you?
Never heartbroken, but I think traveling would definitely be something that I would do.
Yeah.
Get out of the environment, stay away from that person.
Stay away from that person. Exactly. Change the environment. Yeah, I got my heart broken one time. One? Yep. Just once. Just once. It was a bad one, but
Laura, have you had more than one?
Yes. I think of the first one, I was like young, so it was like very puppy love. The second one, we had talked about a lot of things, and we're like, oh, damn, that one hit harder. I was like in my 20s. But, blessings in disguise. That's how I see it now.
There you go. Yep. God bless the broken road. All right, there you have it. There is your wheel of questions. Okay, so sports graffiti in a minute here. In the meantime, Ireland, Dwayne Wade was on a podcast with Carmelo Anthony, and they were talking about the situation with LeBron and Stephen A. and Bronny and all that stuff that's gone down. I want you to hear what D. Wade said.
Wade, your thoughts on this wild situation?
I have a personal relationship with Stephen A. Obviously, my relationship with Brian and my relationship with Brian is documented. We talk. It's dual sides once again. That person who wants to understand both sides. I told him as a father, I'm walking up on you. But also, we've never seen LeBron do that. He's always been just even keel and level-headed in every aspect. And sometimes you want him to jump. Sometimes you want him to go. To watch the clip and watch him on that bench and see Stephen A. over there, he couldn't take it. He could not stand it.
They got the memo. Yo, Stephen A. He coming tonight. He coming to the game tonight.
You saw him at warm-up. It was burning him. I said, Stephen A., I think the one thing is, and first of all, I take it as that's a sign of respect that LeBron did that to you. Your microphone is the loudest. Your platform is the biggest. And also you're a black man. Yes, the Skip Bayless of the world and all these guys have said things about him his entire career, and he's been above it. So that meant something. That's respect right there for everything you built. We know Stephen A. from quite frankly, but also we've never seen this before.
So what do you make of, and I know you got to be cautious in this conversation, but what do you make of that confrontation? They confronted each other at that game was last week.
I was surprised by it because of everything Dwayne Wade said. Normally LeBron doesn't engage.
Yeah.
But as you and I have talked about a million times, it's different if you go after me, but if you go after my kid, I'm coming from a completely different place. And I try really hard not to criticize kids. What makes this difficult is that Bronny's now a professional.
Correct.
Like we kind of have an unwritten rule, you and I, that we used to never criticize college kids because they weren't being paid. Now they are being paid.
Yep. So
I think that, like Wade said, you are going to hear criticism now of anybody who is paid. But if I had to pick a side in that,
yep,
I like Stephen A. lot, and I think one of the reasons he's so popular is he shoots from the hip.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and listened to what he said, and he was basically begging LeBron to pull the plug on this. And
well, he was also, by the way, suggesting that the reason why Bronny was in that game in Philly in the first quarter earlier in the season was because LeBron pushed J.J. Redick to do it, ignoring the fact that the Lakers were extremely shorthanded. And that's why he was in the game. Didn't go well, but Stephen A. suggested that LeBron pushed Bronny into that game.
In general, I try not to criticize the kid of any professional star athlete. So with me, if you want to criticize Bronny for the way he's playing, I think that's one thing. If you're going to criticize LeBron about how he's parenting, which is kind of where Stephen A. went,
different.
I think it's out of bounds.
Yeah, I agree. And now Stephen A. is obviously the guy, and he does have the biggest microphone and the largest platform and all that stuff.
And to his credit, the day after this went down, Stephen A. went on and said, folks, this was not LeBron coming at me about, a player coming at me. This was a father coming at me, which makes it different. And I understood LeBron's frustration there. We didn't play the whole thing. Wade and Carmelo Anthony was part of that too.
Yeah, do you want to hear the Melo part of it?
Well, it's like 4 minutes long.
I got a minute.
Sure, go ahead and play.
Like Stephen A. said, that was a father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was point blank period, a father. Brian is my guy, but Brian did put some extra heat on Bronny.
Yeah.
And when Brian put out that tweet about him, he better than these cats in the NBA.
That was my thing.
They checked that. They was like, oh, okay.
This has been a build-up. We talking 22 years. This ain't got nothing to do with Bronny. It's just the fact that Bronny is a part of the conversation now, and he also got to protect his seed. You get what I'm saying? You got to protect the kingdom. But this ain't no love friendship that we talking about.
They don't have a friendship.
Right. Bron has never spoken any situation with Stephen A. Now my son is the trigger. If you ain't saying nothing right, if you ain't standing up for him, That's the trigger, whether anybody like it or not. I think Stephen A. handled it the right way. In that situation, somebody else who may not know LeBron, right, that's in the media space, could have took that totally the wrong way and reacted differently and replied differently. So it'd have been a bigger spectacle. I'm a black man at the end of the day who just made history. Like, this is different that we actually dealing with. We know they kicking the dog while he's down. You get what I'm saying? We know that, so let's protect that. Bron put him there. So now he got to deal with, Bronny got to deal with what's to come with that.
Yeah, I mean, there is a fine line here. He is LeBron's son, but he's also a
never
professional
seen it
athlete.
Before.
Right.
Yeah, and, one thing I'll give Bronny credit for, LeBron could, if he wanted to, because he holds this kind of power, just insist, and there was talk about this at the beginning of the season, that this was what was going to happen, that Bronny be with the Lakers all the time.
Right.
That he wants to go through this season with his son. It's the only chance he has to do it. And Bronny is the one who said, hey, let me go down to the G League where I can play and work on my game. And he's been, like I said, I saw him this morning, so they flew him in because we're shorthanded tonight. But he hasn't been on this trip until now.
Right.
And
frankly, the way things are going in the injury report tonight, he may see minutes tonight.
Right, which would be a good opportunity for him.
Yeah.
So I again, if you're making me pick a side, I would say it's out of bounds to criticize the way somebody parents
their
I
kid.
parent different than maybe other people do.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that I'm doing it wrong or they're doing it wrong. That's where this gets a little sticky for me. But I thought Stephen A., to his credit, handled it well.
Yeah, me too.
He could have come out the next day and said, who is LeBron to come at me? His son shouldn't be in the NBA. He didn't do that.
Yeah, he did not.
He said, look, folks, this was a father who was upset. He goes, I think at one point he went on Gilbert Arenas' podcast. He goes, I thought it was a little weak, but at the same time, I understand where a father might be coming from. So I think it's going to go away, don't you?
Absolutely. I think it is. Because I'm out of sound on it. So I played all the sound clips we have, so it's definitely going to go away for the rest of the show. It may come up during Sports Graffiti, though. 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Lakers lose last night. Tonight, Luka will not play. Dorian Finney-Smith is doubtful. No LeBron, no Rui Hachimura. It's going to no Jackson Hayes. It's going to be a challenging night for the Lakers in Denver. And as John suggested, can they hang on to a top 6 seed and avoid the play-in tournament is a huge question right now. 877-710-ESPN. Sports Graffiti is next. 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about Toyota and the Southern California Toyota dealers. Do you guys know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? Toyota Care is a no-cost maintenance plan that covers all normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. It's the greatest. You take your car in for service, you go to pick it up, you say, what do I owe? They say nothing, and you drive away. Basically, Toyota Care will keep your Toyota running, well, like a Toyota. So explore Toyota's full lineup of vehicles and find the best local offers today at Toyota.com. They've got cars, they've got trucks, they've got SUVs. Just visit your Southern California Toyota dealer or Toyota.com. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Hey, it's D4. The best sports trips aren't just about the game. It's about the whole experience. With Absolute Sport, that experience is built around you. Whether it's an El Clasico match followed by a night in Madrid, oh yeah, or a company outing at the U.S. Open. They'll customize everything to fit your perfect trip. If your event has a ticket, they'll build a package around it. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
All right, Friday afternoon, Effing Friday, and time for some sports graffiti. Ireland's in Denver. I'll do the honors here. Let's bring in James. James, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, James?
Hey, love the show. Yeah, I do agree that walk-up by LeBron was weak because he put Bronny in the position to get talked about. We all know that Bronny is not qualified to be an NBA player. I know he's a 55th pick. I do understand that. But we all know, even with the heart, not injury, was it heart condition that he had?
Yes.
I get it. It took him a while to get him started, but he is in no way an NBA player, an NBA-ready player. Bryce, he may be. I'm excited to see him. I do think LeBron will play that long enough for when Bryce can come in.
All right, James, there you go. There's the old Bronny take. And again, 55th pick in the draft. There are not a lot of 55th picks in the draft who make an enormous impact, certainly not
Almost
in their first
none.
year. So I think that we don't know what the – do you think Bronny has I don't think he has a high ceiling.
I think he has a chance to be an NBA player, but he's not there yet.
Yeah.
But he's only 20.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He's only 20 years old. Let's go to Sean.
Then they go to me and I'm out of breath.
Sean, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Sean. Were you already talking to us? What's up?
No, yeah, fun effing Friday. Okay, this guy he cannot speak and he has no arms and he's looking for work and he goes all around. Finally, goes to this church and this priest sits down to him and says, "So you want to work?" He nods his head. "Well, I need the bell rung every hour on Sundays." And he says he could do it. He nods his head, yes. So he comes in at 9 in the morning, and at 9:59 he runs full speed, hits the bell with his face. It rings, and he's happy he did it. And he goes, here comes 11 o'clock. He does the same thing. Runs full speed, hits his face on the bell.
Yep.
Now he's groggy because he's hit the bell twice. Third time he runs, 12 o'clock, mass is letting out. He runs full speed, hits his face on the bell, and falls out of the steeple and lands on the ground. People are surrounding him. They're like, "Oh, my gosh, what's happened to this man? Does anybody know him?" And the priest was coming out, and he said, "Father, do you know who this guy is?" He says, "I don't know his name, but his face rings a bell."
Oh, that's a Michael Thompson
that
joke.
is a long way to go to get there. That guy has been calling pretty regularly with random jokes, Ireland.
Jokes. I'll give that one a B.
That's why God invented Sports Graffiti. Let's go to TJ. TJ, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, TJ?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's going on, guys? So first, I want to say to my Rams fans that with the dumpster fire that's going on in San Francisco, our new rivals, and I'm stamping it, is Philadelphia. We don't need to worry about nobody in our division. Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Philly, we owe you guys a fade. You got by us by 22 yards. We owe you guys. Two, I want to say to the Laker fans, let's stop putting so much expectation on what's going on. We're killing ourselves right now, okay? Never have we seen a situation like this. We're expecting two superstar, phenomenal players to just gush together in a month and a half, and we make it no, come on, let's be realistic. We're playing with house money. This is actually our preseason to work together and learn. We're actually learning. LeBron's going to play another year. Like, let's stop panicking. It's going to be okay.
All right, TJ, here's the thing. He's saying that this wasn't going to be the year anyway. I'm not willing to accept that. I saw when they were playing and they were healthy, and that is a team that can play with anybody. So, yes, coming together for the first year. But when everybody's healthy, I think this team can take on anybody.
I do too, but being healthy is a big deal. I mean,
Yes.
right now, like tonight, they're going to have 4 starters out. So they've got basically a month to get healthy. And then I think they can make some noise in the playoffs. That's a big if.
In this stretch now, they've got 6 games between now and next Saturday. Does that sound right?
I think 7 in 9 days.
Oof. See, that is just the schedule, and part of it is the fires and games that got postponed, but that is just scheduling hell is what that is.
Well, they've got a couple of games where they've got a chance, depending on who plays. I think Sunday against Phoenix. Phoenix has been struggling. Monday against San Antonio, no Wemby.
Yep.
Those would be great to get. Now, if you lose those 2, then you run into that buzzsaw, that back-to-back with Denver and Milwaukee. And then I think you're in real trouble of sliding to the 7. So hopefully they can get some wins this week.
Yeah, they got to put those at least one of those wins in the bank next week, either San Antonio or Phoenix.
I think they might need 2.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Minnesota's charging.
Let's go to Justin. Justin, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Justin?
Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
To your point, so regarding the Lakers and the current situation they're in with all the injuries, I think they'll be fine at the end of the season as long as they can remain in that 1, 4, 5, 8 bracket. You kind of alluded to this in your crosstalk, Ireland. Yeah, I would much rather take that path than being in the 2, 3, 6 where they may have to open up against Golden State or Denver, like you said, Ireland, if they fall down that low.
You're selling OKC a little short. OKC's the best team in the West.
Yeah, they would have to play OKC in the second round, but my point is, that's still a much favorable path. Opening up against Memphis and Houston, they're better than Golden State or Denver in the first round. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Yeah. I mean, I think it is going to be matchup dependent. You'd like to avoid Denver in the first round, if at all possible. And I think that the seeding is going to be incredibly important. I don't want to go back to the play-in tournament if I'm the Lakers. I want to find a way to stay in that top 6. And, John, as you said, there are only 3 games out of the 7 right now.
Right, and so that's what you got to worry about. I mean, not that they couldn't get out of the
play-in
tournament.
No, I think they would, 100% healthy. They would get out in the play-in tournament, but it'd be nice to avoid that and just set your seeding. Let's go to Josh. Josh, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Josh.
I'm going to give you guys 2 forms of satisfaction in a PG-rated way.
Okay.
First of all, the caller that said that the Lakers are playing with house money, they are. The Lakers can drop all the way to the 10 seed, and when they come back with Jackson Hayes, LeBron, and Luka, dude, no matter who they have on the court, I will take the Lakers in that aspect. And to give you further satisfaction, as a Clipper fan, do you realize how much it pains me to see Shea Gilgeous going off, and to imagine it could have been Shea,
You had him.
Zubac, and Leonard? It kills me.
Yeah, that's rough. Sorry to hear that. Not really. I was trying to be empathetic there, but it's the Clippers. Let's go to Johnny. Johnny, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Johnny.
Sorry to hear that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Real quick, happy Pie Day. Look for those pizza pie deals out there.
Yeah.
Get yourself a slice.
Cool.
So given that they're playing Denver tonight, Johnny, I wanted to see if you got some insight on this. In the 98 All-Star game, George Karl sat Kobe for the whole fourth quarter. And ever since then, I was reading stuff where Kobe would just drill Denver anytime they played him. That's it.
All right.
John, I've never heard that story, but that would not surprise me. Kobe held grudges against everybody. So if George Karl did bench him, I could totally see him. And remember, Mason, until this recent last 2 years, the Lakers were 7-0 against Denver in playoff series.
Yeah.
But in the last 2 years, Denver's won 8 out of 9 and knocked the Lakers out 2 years in a row.
But they're 1-0 with Luka against Denver.
Right. Well, and tonight will be 1-1.
Well, although Luka won't be on the floor.
So, yeah, we can
So I'm
hide
not sure
behind
that
I
counts.
guess.
Exactly.
Right.
By the way, Pi Day, I didn't realize what he was talking about. It's 314.
314. I put it on the sheet.
And I don't know what it even means. I know 314 has something to do with math, but what is Pi Day officially?
It's in math, but I will. Isn't
Yeah,
it? Kasim said he knows.
Is it the circumference of a circle, I think?
I don't know, Kasim, you came in hot.
Who's the
Parker's
smart
telling me
guy that stepped in here? It's the circumference of a circle. Is that right, Kasim?
I'm not entirely
Ireland, did you skip math? Do you know what pi
Oh,
means?
the number pi is a mathematical constant approximately equal to 3 point blah, 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 blah. That is the ratio of a circumference. Yep.
Wow.
So its diameter.
Coming in hot.
Wow.
All in Park
Kasim.
Education, like Brianna says. Mine didn't come through.
Yeah.
even though
All
I
right.
did
Last
calculus.
one is Jaime. Jaime, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Jaime.
How you doing, Mason and Ireland?
Great.
Hey, can't wait for the next Mandy's, and just wanted to say, let's go Raiders. I like the moves they're making. John, it's not too late. Don't let one rotten apple ruin the bunch. You're always welcome back. Don't listen to these dumb guys. And last thing I want to say, Mason, remember when you were talking about can you get hurt when you sneeze?
Yes.
I threw out my sciatica by sneezing. So
Did you? Was
know,
it?
be careful.
Wait a minute. Were you trying to hold the sneeze in?
Yes.
Okay. And you blew out your
It
sciatica.
was one of those sneezes where, like, it came 3 in a row, and then I was trying to brush my teeth, and I held my sneeze in, and I threw out my sciatica.
Oh, God, Jaime, sorry about that. Yeah, no, I read that that's a total myth, but if you throw out your sciatica, I guess that's for real. Holding in a sneeze.
That's wild.
Yeah. Brushing his teeth, holding in a sneeze. So it's Pie Date. Ireland, you go to a diner. What's your pie?
I'm one of the few people. Boy, UCLA is being destroyed.
Are they? Are you on the Fubo?
Somebody says I can get this on the Big Ten Network. I don't know if I want to watch it. 65-48 Wisconsin. But yeah, I'm probably a sausage and pepperoni guy, but I actually like Hawaiian pizza.
Okay. Aside from, I'm talking about pie, like dessert pie.
Oh, well, for me, it's either banana cream or pumpkin.
Do you eat pumpkin pie at a non-holiday?
If I can get it. Sometimes you can't get it. But, yeah, I think pumpkin pie should be eaten 12 months a year.
So I got pumpkin pie last week when we ordered pie.
The House of Pies has a good pumpkin pie.
But I'm a sucker for pecan pie. A little warmed up, little scoop ice cream. Oh, my God, that's so good.
It's too sweet.
Oh,
I mean,
so
all
good.
of them are really, really sweet.
Laura,
but
what about you? What pie do you go to?
I'm a original plain Jane. I like apple pie.
Apple pie. Huh.
Yeah.
Kasim?
Pumpkin, of course.
Pumpkin.
It's fire.
Yeah, I'm with Kasim.
My mom and not stepdad Leo always get the pumpkin pie from Costco. I've never been to a Costco, but
it's good.
Pumpkin
It's
pie.
huge.
Their pumpkin pie is gigantic.
It's huge.
The circumference is enormous on their
huge.
pumpkin pies, and they always say, and it's like $5.
It is like
Yeah.
$6-7.
Hey, by the way, update. You can, if you have DirecTV, watch the UCLA game on the Big Ten Network. You don't have to go to Fubo.
Now, did you already sign up for Fubo?
No.
Oh, okay.
But you're not going to want to if you're a UCLA fan. They're down 65-48. But Mick Cronin came out and said they've made 3 trips to Indiana in the last 4 weeks.
Right.
I think he wants to come home. You didn't sound like he said, I'm not going to be judged on how we do in the Big Ten tournament. I'm going to be judged on how we do in the big tournament. And so they would have had to stay through Sunday.
Yeah.
So I think this gets them home and lets them focus on the tournament and see what they can do.
So
But
they're
it's going to cost them a seed.
22-9. They'll be in the tournament.
Right. They'll probably be a 7 or 8 seed now instead of a 5 or a 6.
Right.
If they won the whole thing, they would have had a chance to get to the 4, but it looks like they're going to lose and be one and done.
Is this Sunday Selection Sunday?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
So the tournament starts on Tuesday, I guess, right?
Right.
With the play-in games.
Right.
And then the big tournament starts on Thursday. I didn't realize it was coming so fast.
It's coming, and my schedule just got crazier.
That is crazy. Oh, right. You're doing all the Westwood One stuff, right?
I am.
Yeah, Laura's moonlighting over there with Westwood One. She's not just working here. All right, coming up next for you. Captain America has something to say about our kids, John. He says we're lying to them.
Anthony Mackie does?
Yes, we will play
All right,
that.
And I want to ask you a question about the NFC West next year that makes no sense to me.
Okay. We will do that all. Coming up next, it is F It Friday.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
This is LAFC manager Steve Cherundolo.
A familiar face returns to BMO Stadium tomorrow. LAFC welcome Austin FC and former LAFC captain Ilie Sanchez to downtown LA. Go LAFC! It's a Western Conference clash. The black and gold versus the verde. Pre-game starts tomorrow at noon.
Jump for LA Football Club, Olé! Olé!
It's LAFC Season 8 in the heart of LA on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Visit San Antonio Winery to experience wine country in the heart of LA. We'll show you and your loved ones a good time. Share a meal inside our dining room or out on the beautiful patio as live music plays in the background. Sip and shop a range of delicious, award-winning wines and take a complimentary tour of our historic winery. San Antonio Winery, over 100 years of tradition, just 2 miles from Dodger Stadium. We hope to see you soon.
It's spring in the Southland, and the season of adventure is here. So why not hit the road in a brand new Kia from Kia of Carson? Whether you want a sleek sedan, a spacious SUV, or the latest hybrid or EV, Kia of Carson has the perfect ride for you. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, we have all the latest tech-savvy vehicles that make the season of adventure more exciting. And Kia of Carson makes car buying easy, fun, and unforgettable. But don't wait. Our spring sales event is happening now. Hurry in today or shop online at KiaofCarson.com. Kia of Carson. Let's get you on the road.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go. That's
good
the correct
for you,
answer.
Johnny I. More of Mason and Ireland right now.
You know whose birthday it is? Steph Curry.
Oh, is he with 37?
37. Yeah, hit his, 4,000th three last night?
Yeah, he is the one with the most threes, 4,000.
And it doesn't seem like anybody, I mean, it's a very three-dominant league, but he may be a tough record to beat. Who's got the most threes in NBA history?
So it's Curry.
Well, he does.
Yeah.
No, he does, but I'm saying, like, who's right
so
behind
James
him?
Harden, 3,117. Damian Lillard, 2,785.
Those guys are basically Steph's age.
Yeah, they're Steph's age. So
Clay.
Like, how many's Luka got? Does he show up on the list?
Let me see. No, he was not on the list. I looked, but I can look.
Yeah, because it could be one of those records that just doesn't get beat. List of 3. Okay, here you go. So, Ray Allen, Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson is is over 1,000 behind. I'm looking for a young guy that's got a chance. Vince Carter, Jason Terry, Jamal Crawford. Who's the youngest guy here?
I would think the youngest guy will be Luka, but Wemby's probably coming.
Yeah.
There's
really no. I'm looking at this list. There's really nobody young on the young side on this list. Tim Hardaway Jr., Carmelo. Yeah, I mean, it could be a long time before we see anybody challenge 4,000 threes. That's gigantic.
If anyone does,
yeah,
nobody's still
within.
alive.
James Harden is within 900, and that's it. And he's got 1,000 on Ray Allen, who at one time was the record holder. All right, so Anthony Mackie is Captain America. Did you see the new Captain America movie? No.
No. He's like, no.
I knew, but I
Never
saw
seen
it.
a Marvel movie.
I saw it and didn't like it much. I
haven't seen it, but I want to.
Marvel's just in a ditch as a franchise right now. I've not seen a good Marvel one in a while. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. Wolverine and Deadpool last
that
summer
one was funny.
actually really good.
Yeah, it was good.
But here's Anthony Mackie. He says we're all lying to our kids.
I've been in the business 24 years, right? And I've seen people go from nothing to the biggest stars in the world. I've seen people go from one role to winning Academy Awards and doing all this shit. And what I realized yesterday thinking about it, we're lying to our kids, dog. And I think that's a big problem in our community. We tell our kids that and this is fresh on my heart, like I literally just came to this conclusion last night. We tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true. Success is given. It's not earned. Because you can be the most brilliant. If one person don't tap you, each one of y'all. There were people who could hit harder, who could catch better, who could run faster. But somebody said, you're the one. And the other 50 behind you fell off.
Success is given, not earned.
Couldn't disagree more.
Yeah.
You know who are good examples of this? Me and you.
Yeah, no question.
We didn't go into the chosen vocations of our parents.
Nope.
You didn't go to work for Kodak. I didn't become a salesman. We had to, and we didn't have anybody advocating for us. We just did it.
And both of us busted our asses to get where we are.
Right.
And I've always said, I think this is terrible advice, Anthony Mackie, Captain America, for kids. The harder you work, the further you go.
Well, that's my whole act.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily the best looking or the most talented person doing this. I just have a sick work ethic.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's Anthony Mackie's just wrong.
Yeah, he's wrong on this entirely.
But I think
kids work hard.
I think maybe he's coming from the place like what we were talking about yesterday.
Kind of that Nepo thing.
Yeah, where he's probably lost roles to people that, because they're a name, and where he feels like he's put in the work for it. But he's had a great career.
Oh, great career. You know what kind of sucks for actors right now is that in a lot of cases, if actors go in for the same role, particularly small roles, they will just look and see who's got the most social media following, and they'll cast that person. Oh, like they've got 700,000 on Instagram. Let's give them the part. Or, here's 500,000 on Twitter. That person's going to get the job. So they get rewarded for something that isn't the acting part of what they do.
Right. But that's the world we live in.
That is the world we live in.
I came from TV news, and in that world, really, really good-looking people move up really fast.
Yes.
Not based on anything they're doing on air. They just look great.
And by the way, I would argue, too, that the great-looking people do better than
of course they do.
Bad-looking people.
That's a statistical thing. Yeah, they do.
I don't know that is. You think that's
a
statistical
like when
thing?
I was in psychology, they studied that people that are physically are more pleasant to look at, they're attractive, do better in life than people that are not.
Well, they don't have to work as hard.
Yeah, you don't have to work as hard as if you're pretty, if you're handsome, whatever that is. What was the question you wanted about a high school?
I have updates.
So Laura has called both of our high schools.
Oh, good. Okay.
Mommy High School was open.
Mommy High School open today.
Start there, Laura. First of all, what did you say, and then what did they say?
Okay, so Mommy High School, I called. I said my name. I'm like, hi, my name is Laura. I'm a producer at ESPN LA, which is a sports radio station in Los Angeles. And I wanted to know who is the most notable or famous alumni from your high school?
Mm-hmm.
And the lady was very nice. She goes, oh, I don't know. And she transferred me over
transferred you,
to an alumni person who handles all the alumni.
I think this is looking good for Mason.
Uh-oh.
So they are gone for 2 weeks. Her voicemail
so you
says,
still don't know.
So according to the front desk person, she does not know.
Okay, so
I had to leave a voicemail for the alumni
Okay,
person.
did you call Corona Del Mar?
I did.
What'd they say?
They were very interesting. The lady, the first thing, I said the same thing. Hi, my name is Laura, blah, 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 my spiel. And then she goes, well, can't you just Google it? That's why Google is there. And I was like, yes, I can. But I wanted to know what the school would say. She was, I don't know. That's why Google's there. She was not the nicest.
Well, she sounds kind of surly.
She was not the nicest person. So
That's the only person you talked to?
Yeah, she said she would take my number and my name and she would call me back because she was going to ask around. I am not going to wait on that call.
Yeah, I was going to say your phone's probably not going to ring.
So shout out to Camino Real High School, which we call for Momos, because not only did who I spoke to was super nice, they also knew about, obviously, 710. And they were just very like, oh, yeah, it's this person. Versus also Corona Del Mar was like, oh, yeah, when I call you, they might just tell me it's confidential. I'm like, well, they are an alumni, so they're not minors or students there. And she says that is why you Google it.
Yeah. I'm looking, by the way, and I did Google it. And,
So
John,
did I.
there is no order here, but you are on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Along with...
I think it's Mark McGrath.
Mark McGrath is on the list. Yep. Bill McDonald is on the list. Let's see.
You guys
Leslie
have a
Mann
lot.
is on the list.
Leslie Mann's a pretty big star.
She is a big star. Those are some of the people. If you Google Mommy High School,
You are on the list.
Is there a list for Mommy High School?
So it's on Wiki, and it's you are on the list. There's not as much as Corona Del Mar because their list is huge.
And it ain't in L.A.
But it's you're 1 of 5, Mace.
1 of 5. There you go.
Wait,
so I'm on the list.
Lars Ulrich, the drummer from Metallica, went to Corona Del Mar?
Yeah, how about that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You weren't there when he was before you,
he's
right?
older than me.
Yeah, he's older than you. All right, coming up next for you, why don't we do this? Puka Nakua talking about L.A. fans. And speaking of fans, do you see what's going on in Japan? It's crazy.
Yeah, they're Dodgers over there playing exhibition games right now, right?
Yeah, over there they start. First exhibition game is tomorrow night. Or no.
No, it's
after
in the
midnight
morning.
tonight.
Yes, 3 a.m. So you have to be up
So
early.
3 a.m.
I might be getting home around that time.
Oh, you're going to be awake.
Yeah.
Time for Dodgers baseball, 3 a.m. All right, ESPN LA proud to partner with Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, helping kids get the breakthrough care they need, auctioning off all kinds of one-of-a-kind, really cool items that you could never experience this one's crazy to me. Come in and co-host 2 hours of Lakers talk with Andy Kamenetsky. Take calls. I'm sure talk to Jovan Buha. Give your Lakers takes. Current bid, $895. For 2 hours of radio, John, which you pointed out, if somebody wants to break into the business, hey, here's 2 hours of tape you can take to somebody, show to somebody.
And we've seen this happen before. Was it Christian Flores?
Flores, yes.
Yeah, that we brought in, and he turned it into a radio gig.
Yeah, no,
so
fantastic.
If you're an aspiring sportscaster, that's the one to bid on.
And by the way, watch the local baseball game that involves guys wearing blue with Travis, me, and Greg. Currently at $439. We can do better than that. Again, it's for the kids, people. It's for the kids. Go to 710forchla.com. That's 710forchla.com. All right, right now it is time officially to Chumba. At Chumba Casino, the action never stops. You can play online social casino games anytime, anywhere for free. No purchase necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots and so much more. Hundreds of games, never going to run out of action. Here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. you could redeem some awesome prizes. Let's do it. The clock is ticking. The game is on. Go to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The King keeps making history.
Cross court to LeBron. 3 for 50,000. It's good. LeBron goes over 50K, and the crowd comes to its feet.
50,000 career points for LeBron James, becoming the first NBA player to ever do it.
50,000 regular season and playoff points combined.
Another milestone for the King.
LeBron James.
And you heard it all right here
on the ESPN LA Lakers Radio Network.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. ESPN LA is a proud partner with Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, helping kids get the breakthrough care that they need. CHLA gives families hope with leading-edge research and treatments. ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 experiences like enjoying a wine tasting and tour at San Antonio Winery with me and Beto. Every dollar raised goes to CHLA. Visit 710forchla.com. That's 710forchla.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mason. Rain, go away. But until then, you should know accident rates triple in bad weather. People also wait 3 times longer to make a call after a rain-related accident, which is the worst thing you can do. If you or someone you know has been in an accident, call my friend Jacob and Ronnie immediately. The longer you wait after an accident, the worse off you'll be. Call Jacob immediately. 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or call jacob.com.
Call Jacob.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Mason, Ireland, on 710 ESPN.
Shohei Ohtani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe
we do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No.
Okay.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
Good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey.
I believe everybody in the bar is getting tipsy.
Yeah.
Friday night. What's happening, people? Ireland is in Denver. Lakers on the road. They're going to try to bounce. Well, I was going to say they're going to try to bounce back. They are going to try to bounce back from last night. They got pretty well throttled in Milwaukee, despite a great night for Luka Doncic. John, I came across these are the players that are available for tonight in Denver.
Okay.
Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Knecht, Jordan Goodwin, Christian Coloco, Shake Milton, Markieff Morris, Alex Len, Bronny James, and Cam Reddish.
Let's go.
See what we got.
See what up. Shock the world, boys.
Boy, that would be a win. This isn't like going to Boston and this would be different. This is like 4 starters are out.
Right.
It's going to be a rough. I'm just going to project a rough night, Ireland.
Oh, wow. That's because you're a glass half empty guy.
I'm a bench half empty guy.
Get the whiskey out.
All right, so Puka Nacua, who just got a running mate in Devontae Adams. How about that? Rams looking terrific. I love what they've done in the offseason. Puna Ford was signed this past week along with Devontae Adams, re-signed Alaric Jackson, all this great stuff going on. So Puka went to a Lakers game. He went to the Lakers-Knicks game.
Yeah, he's been to a few, but that's the one he's talking about.
I ran into him in the bathroom.
Did you? Now, I want you to listen to what he said. I think it's interesting.
They played the Knicks the other night when I got on Sunday. I was there and like everybody was cheering for the Knicks, but I'm like, bro, what in the world is like, why is this a thing, bro? Like, it definitely is not.
You're in LA, that's why.
Like, that sucks, bro.
It sucks, yeah.
These people have probably been out here for like 25 years, bro. Like, and they're like, oh, but I was born in New York and now I'm in New York. No, bro. There's 15 professional sports teams out here. You could have chosen one of them to like instead of being like, oh, my only association is because I lived there for 4 months when I was born, bro. Like, no, you live in LA. You grew up out here, bro. Like, support the LA teams.
Yeah,
people are
that's
weird
true.
sometimes, though, bro.
I seen a video of you.
I almost pressed this dude the other day. He was wearing a Cardinals hat out here, and I was like, for what, bro? Like, what? Like, I know, like, why are you wearing a Cardinals hat out here, bro? Like, I should have ran up. I'm like, I need to start having Rams hats in the back of my car, bro. Just pull up and start throwing them at people. Like, bro, support the squad, bro. Like that.
Okay, so I love Puka, but this is what makes LA great. There were a lot of Knicks fans at that Lakers game,
right.
And it made it. And by the way, it was not all Knicks fans. There were Knicks fans there, and a lot of people move to LA. They stick with their childhood teams, and good for them. I think that's what makes LA interesting.
I do too, and I have zero issue with the Knick fans showing up. There were more Laker fans there than Knick fans.
Of course,
there were a lot of Knick fans, and the Lakers have. Everywhere we go, like even tonight with nobody playing, there'll be a ton of purple and gold in the stands.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, the other part of it is when you go to a Rams game, several more Niners fans show up than Rams fans.
Oh, okay,
do.
so I'm glad you brought this up.
Okay.
Here's the question I have about the NFC West.
Yes.
Google this.
Okay.
NFC West odds 2025. Okay.
West odds.
So I was watching ESPN yesterday.
Yep.
And the Niners are the favorites to win the division.
By the way, the Niners still, and this is, I know ESPN Bet has that. All the betting services have got the Niners as the favorites to win the division.
Explain that to me.
The Niners look like they've been big sellers. Their defense, everybody has left. They trying to clean up their I think it's a rebuild year for the 49ers.
So do I. So what are we missing?
We're missing
Normally
money.
Vegas only airs on the side of green.
We're missing on the opportunity to bet on the Rams. I think that's what we're missing because the Rams are the second choice. Now, it's not wildly a second choice like the Niners are plus 110 and the Rams are plus 160. But that means you bet 100, you win 160 for the Rams to win the division. I love them to win the division this year. I agree with the caller that we got during Sports Graffiti. Our rival this year is Philly.
Yeah, I think the Niners might finish third in that division.
I totally think that's possible. And Seattle, by the way, Seattle let go of Tyler Lockett. I know they signed Sam Darnold. DK Metcalf is gone. I mean, I think they potentially take a step back as well. And the Cardinals are just the Cardinals.
By the way, did you see this story that so many people are betting on FanDuel that Cooper Kupp's next team is going to be the Seahawks?
Yeah.
That they pulled it off the board. Like
Really?
somebody knows something. 95% of the money came in on the Seahawks.
Now, I am betting he winds up with the Cowboys.
That's what I thought too, but something weird is happening.
The money. If
Follow
they
the
pull it
money.
off the board, then maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
And, you know, he's
something's
from
there.
Eastern Washington. He's from that part of the world.
True.
Maybe and the Seahawks desperately need receivers. Their two
Yeah.
starting receivers last year are both gone.
It does make a
so
ton
it
of
appears
sense.
like he's heading that way. But I do not get Niners being the favorite on more than one betting service. You know, if it was one place, like if it was
Like
just
an outlier.
ESPN bet, we could say, well, they missed that one. But this is like 10 different services.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'd get some money on the Rams right away. Hey, what's on tap today? I know that's what you're asking here on 710 ESPN. Well, thank you to Michelob Ultra. Lakers take on Denver. Coverage starts at 5. Actually, I should say some of the Lakers take on Denver. Coverage starts at 5. Tip-off is at 6:30. You can hear it all on your afternoon drive on 710 AM or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Only worth it if you enjoy it. What's Up, Fool is coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. If you toss your food scraps in the regular trash, it sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, and it helps protect the planet. If you're ready to do your part, visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message is funded by Cal Recycle.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
First class, up in the sky. I mean, come on, man.
You can be up there with me, Captain.
Nah, your contract's different than mine. Mine is.
You need to get a better deal, bro.
Back by the bathroom, up in the sky. He's in economy.
Sedano and Cap is next at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thank you, Brian. All right, guys, it is an F It Friday, so I want to keep it light. Today is also National Potato Chip Day.
Nice.
And we know Michael Thompson loves his chips because we hear him. because we
Really?
hear them. Yeah, you know. And I'm a big hot Cheeto person. I say this proudly. And I wanted to know what's your favorite or your go-to chips that you have to have for a snack.
I'm Pringles. I love Pringles. I love a good
Original
can of
or
Pringles.
like
when I'm no original. I like when I'm on a flight. I always order Pringles from the cart. I never order the soggy wrap on United. I always order the can of Pringles. I love Pringles. They are delicious. Ireland, where are you going?
Barbecue chips, always. Because plain chips, once you've had the barbecue chips, are just boring. But the barbecue chips are good.
What about Fritos? Doritos?
I like Fritos.
Doritos are good.
Oh, Doritos are good.
Oh, flaming hot Doritos.
Yes, sir. Those
now
are
you're
good.
talking. Those are delicious.
Those are good. With the little sour cream.
Yeah. Kasim, what do you think?
Recently, like the Munchies, the flaming hot pack. That's what I've been eating.
Oh, is that
but
right?
I've been
Yeah.
taking out the pretzels. I can't eat the Munchies.
What do you got against pretzels, man?
I don't know. I'm not rocking with it.
Ireland, do you like the flaming hot stuff?
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I'm a big fan. But
Yeah, big fan of the flaming hot. You don't do spice.
Not if I can help it.
Yeah, see, I love, like I always say, I could go on the hot ones and just clean up.
I'd say that's.
I have
think you
no
would cower like a baby.
No, I have no. I have no tolerance to, or I have high tolerance for spiciness. Like I can eat the Carolina Reaper or whatever. It doesn't scare me.
We may need to do this in studio one day.
Anytime. Actually, we should do it. Let's do it every day. I'll have spicy wings
No.
every single day.
Don't do that. You're going to kill your stomach.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so Mace, I brought this to you,
Yes.
because I know how you want to be more involved in Gen Z and be more.
I'm
cultured.
honorary
Yeah,
Gen
yeah,
Z,
of course,
yeah.
But popular rapper in Gen Z, Playboi
Mhm.
Carti, after like 3 years, finally dropped an album that he's been teasing. And people were waiting till like 5 a.m. He promised that it would come out at midnight, but it dropped at 5 a.m. Today.
Okay.
So the question I'm asking is, like, how long would you wait, or is there a waiting period at all where it's like an artist is teasing something that's like, that's too long, I'm not even going to tune into that?
Okay, so the album is by who?
Playboi Carti.
Oh, Playboi Carti.
Do you know who that is?
Of course. He
Okay.
just dropped an album this morning, 5 a.m.
Yeah. Ireland, no chance.
I will wait.
No, I wouldn't know him if he walked up to me right now.
I will wait. Like, for example, now this is me. I am really excited because Mumford & Sons has a new album out. And I've got the first 2 cuts on the album, and I'm waiting for the rest of the album to drop. But I would wait forever for an artist that I really, really like. Now, Playboi Carti, I've never been a big fan. Ireland, you don't know Playboi Carti, do
I
you?
don't know who he is, but it's interesting because when I go to Idaho, I listen to a lot of country music.
Yeah.
And one of the country songs I have on my playlist, probably my favorite one on there, is by Lil Nas X. Have you ever heard the song Old Town Road?
Oh, sure. Old Town Road. That was a big hit.
Right. Yeah, that's one of my, it's old. It's probably 10 years old now, but it's a great song. So I know who he is, but I don't know who Playboi Carti is.
Yeah. What about an artist that you wait for an album and like, oh, when's it going to come? When's it going to arrive?
I used to be that way with Sting, but he's not doing a lot of new music.
No.
So probably the closest thing to it, man, I don't know if there's anybody like the second he released an album I would go listen
That's
to
like
it.
out there making music right now.
Yeah. I'm not sure that...
An Adele album is always an event. A Taylor Swift album is always an
Right.
event. I don't necessarily hang on... I guess, no. An Adele album I would like to hear. I'd like to hear what happens after the whole Rich Paul thing goes south and she writes an album
Well,
about
all of
it.
her songs are about heartbreak.
Correct. That's why she's waiting for a heartbreak to be able to release a new album. Sorry, Rich.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. So, as you guys know, DJ Metcalf was traded to the Steelers.
Yes.
And on the same week, he proposed to his girlfriend, Normani. She's an R&B singer, beautiful girl. I want to know, and he, to my knowledge, he was introduced to her from a friend. So I want to know, have you guys ever helped somebody, like introduce somebody and they ended up getting married? So you were like their Cupid.
I had so many bad experiences trying to hook people up, and I had so many bad experiences being hooked up that I just don't play that game at all.
I hooked up 2 people, 2 friends of mine, college friends of mine. They both got married. One is now divorced. The other one's still going strong. So I'm 1 for 2. But I haven't hooked up anybody recently. Lisa sets a lot of people up. And like you say, Mace, once they go south, you get gun shy.
My hookups have been terrible. It's like my friend would try to hook me up, and she'd say, well, you guys have a lot in common. I'm like, what? She said, you're both gay. I'm like, yeah. We need more than that.
That's a pretty low bar.
Yeah, low. That's like.
So there's a buddy of mine who's an attorney for AEG.
Yes.
Who I see in the parking lot a lot, and I used to play basketball with him. And so I set him up once with the girl that cuts my hair.
Okay.
And they're both single. They're both good looking. And the date went so poorly that they each immediately married the next person they went out with.
Is that right?
So that was the theme of a movie that Dane Cook did called Good Luck Chuck. Like if girls would go out with them, the next guy they would meet after him, they would marry.
Is that the Jessica Alba one, right?
Yeah. So, but I that's how bad that setup was. They realized, oh God, if I'm left to the world of setups, life is going to be miserable. I better go marry the person I'm dating now. So I have that working against me. That was like the reverse setup.
The reverse setup. So right after that,
I set them up. It didn't take, and they went running back to the people they were already
What
with.
about your friend who you often describe? I won't say the name, but half a cup of crazy. Has she ever settled down?
Yes. But she kissed a lot of frogs
Oh,
before
is that right?
she found her prince.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. But that girl has the unique ability of being half a cup of crazy, but extremely good looking. So guys will go out with her and put up with a lot because she's so good looking, but she's nuts.
But you got to keep the crazy in until
third date.
Yeah, then you let the crazy out.
My wife was lecturing her, like, look, just keep the crazy in for 2 dates, and I think you'll have this guy on the hook. And it worked.
Yeah, there you go. Keep the crazy in at the beginning, people.
By the way, UCLA loses 86-70, and it was not that close.
So they'll be in the tournament, but not with a top seed. They're 22 and 10. 22 and 10.
They're coming back home.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so we did talk about this, and John, I did see it on your email. So Southwest put out an Instagram post, and it said, at least we didn't trade Luka's side-eyed emoji, right?
We talked about this yesterday. It's
got a
very
big
funny
laugh
tweet.
from it. I thought it was great. Somebody said it was marketing genius, but a lot of people on the internet were not fans. A lot of Dallas people were not fans. Some of them calling it incredibly tone deaf. Others saying that, taking shots at their loss was incredibly out of pocket. So to me, I just thought it was funny. Obviously, we got the better end of the trade. No shade to AD. But it just kind of reiterates how salty fans still are, people in Dallas, that this trade went down. Because that to me was hilarious, and they were not able to take the joke.
Right.
Shouldn't they just be able to take the joke?
I think they're in shock. I still think as they watched Luka score 45 points last night for the Lakers, those fans in Dallas, they just killed the fans' hope, all of it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're asking, be patient. When we get everybody healthy, we'll be good next year. Maybe they will, but not this year.
Nope, definitely not this year. And Patrick Dumont, the governor of that team, is still out there trying to spin this thing. He's still saying this was a decision about the future. If you look at our roster today, who we have, we feel like we're positioned ourselves to be incredibly competitive against teams in the NBA. And if you're a fan of basketball, I'll just throw out there, you have Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, P.J. Washington, Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford starting. That should put a fear into every team. He went on to say this move was simply about improving the future, not 10 years from now, but 4 or 5 years from now.
What's interesting about that was Nico Harrison totally said the opposite. He said this is a win-now move. They asked him, how could you trade a 25-year-old Luka for a 32-year-old Anthony Davis? He said, because we want to win now. It's a win-now move. And Patrick Dumont's saying, no, it's 4 or 5 years down the road. In 4 or 5 years, AD is going to be 37.
Yes.
Yeah,
he said,
I don't think this Patrick Dumont knows what he's doing.
He said, this is his direct quote, the future to me is 3-4 years from now. The future 10 years from now, I don't know. They'll probably bury me and Jason Kidd by then, or we will bury ourselves. Well, I would argue that they've already started digging.
Yeah, they have.
They've already started digging. And
by the way, if we go into the play-in tournament, there's a chance that we would play Dallas.
Oh, yeah, that's
Dallas
right.
is the 10 right now. So, I mean, each team, Lakers lose, Dallas wins, then we'd get them in an elimination game.
Oh, interesting.
What's
You got
up,
one more there, Lar?
I do. I have one. Today is also National Write Down Your Story Day.
Write down your story.
I wanted to know, when everything's said and done, do you guys want to write an autobiography?
No.
Oh, that was quick.
I want to write a book, but I don't want it to be about me.
Yeah.
You have an interesting life, John. That would
Yeah, I
be
know.
kind of dope. Not kind of. It would be dope.
Yeah. I've got like 30 pages of a fiction book.
That's what I'd want to write.
Fiction.
Not me. Aspects of me, but not about me.
So
I don't think I would not write an autobiography. I don't think I'm that interested. I got to be honest. Plus, I've said everything on the radio. What else can I put in a book?
I'm sure there's things that we don't know that people would want to know.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'm never going to go that deep. This is as deep as I get.
Yeah, right. But I see Ireland writing like a
tell-all.
No. Actually, when he said he would want a book.
From the road. How about that?
No, I want to write fiction, though, Laura. I wouldn't want to
Like
write
a steamy, I feel like a romance novel would be your thing because you like.
Lisa wants to write a romance novel, but she reads all that trashy stuff. I would want to come up with something, but God knows I don't have time to do it now. So I would probably have to wait until I'm like working less in order to write.
Exactly. All right, there you have it. There is your official What's Up Fool for Friday. And somebody just said to me on Twitter, hey, it gets in my head every time you play the Friday song.
So let me do it again.
Yes, by request. Yes. All right, coming up next for you. Let me see, Ireland. We got a bunch of stuff. What did you have? I have so many stories here.
Well, pick one.
Okay. Did you hear what Shohei Ohtani's wife has done for the Dodgers?
No, what?
I will tell you coming up next. In the meantime, I love my Hyundai Elantra. Even out in the rain, handles beautifully. Love this car. It's a hybrid. I'm getting 48, 49 miles to the gallon. It's incredible. Your car, SUV from Hyundai, is going to be the one you've always wanted. Ramona's brother got a very stylish Sonata. Maybe you want to go SUV and get a Santa Fe. I'm telling you, right now, you get America's best warranty, 3 years, 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Do not think you can get away with all that. Think again. Right now, don't wait. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is going on right now. Visit your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research? Mason Trav here.
In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA will be auctioning off exclusive 710 experiences like getting me, Mace, or Cap voice play-by-play for your local game.
Or join us at a baseball game in LA this season.
Visit 710forchla.com.
That's 710forchla.com. Make a difference with us today.
Hey guys, it's Cap, and I want to talk to you about Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. So look, there are over 10 million people and literally billions of dollars that are awarded in winnings because Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to everybody. And the game is so easy to play. You take your favorite players, you pick more or less on at least two players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. Literally, you can win 1,000 times your money. So run your game all season long at Prize Picks. Now, Prize Picks is the best place to do it in the state of California. But let's say you're traveling. You can play in Texas. You can play in Georgia. You can play in 30 other states. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. I'm telling you, I promise you, this will change the way you watch sports. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You're going to get a $50 bonus when you make your first $5 lineup. That's CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Download that Prize Picks app. Prize Picks. Run your game.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I'm not that guy. I'm not that
guy.
picture-focused guy
anymore.
Since last night.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Game start.
So the Dodgers are in Japan right now, and I saw some video that came across Twitter. First of all, thousands of people showed up to a Dodgers practice today.
Yeah, they have open workouts.
Roki and Yamamoto and Shohei Ohtani. I saw a video of Kike Hernandez walking down the street in Tokyo with everybody filming him and following behind. People in Japan are so excited for this. And Shohei Ohtani's wife, Mamiko Tanaka, put together a gift package for all of the wives that are going on the trip. So here's what it contains. And I don't know what some of this stuff is, so you guys might know. Let's see. Hello Kitty products, a blue bag with the Dodgers logo over a cherry blossom petal, and a Tokyo, Japan 25 stitched below the team logo, and a note wishing them fun in her homeland. What is the story with Hello Kitty? That's a Japanese thing?
Must be, yeah, because I always see the kitties over there whenever I see, like any movie shot in Japan or anything in Japan. So it's either very popular in Japan or it started there. I'm not sure which.
Her note reads, I wish I could be joining you on this incredible journey to Japan. Take lots of pictures, make unforgettable memories, and enjoy every minute of your adventure. Safe travels. Have the best time ever. We'll be cheering for the Dodgers from Los Angeles. Warmly, Mamiko and Decoy.
Yeah, I think she can't travel because she's about to give birth.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, so Josh Allen. I'm trying to get through a lot of material.
Okay.
Because it's been sitting. Josh Allen could have been the first $300 million quarterback. Is that how this goes? Could have been the first $300 million quarterback, or could have made $55 million a year. Could have made 60. That's what it is. Could have made $60 million a year. Settled for 55. And Josh Allen said something interesting that I agree with, and I wonder if you will, John. This is Josh Allen talking about the negotiations. Laura, do you have this? This is off my board now.
Let me look, because it's off mine too.
All right. In the meantime, I'll play you what Bruce Pearl just said about his guards before they started playing today.
Slap with the kind of balance in the hands to get it, save it, and never get down the ball down the floor. The key to our three-point line defense is I got bigs that can get out there and guard guards. I got bigs that can get out there and guard guards, and my guards are. They want to go down there and bang a little bit. Did
he just compare his guards to a cat?
Yes, he did. He says, my guards aren't cats.
Interesting. I've always liked Bruce Pearl. I know he's got a jaded past, but
yes,
I've always liked him.
Yeah, that was a moment. That was on live TV. Now here's Josh Allen talking about what's the difference between 55 and 60 million.
It didn't seem like, to my perspective, I was taking a whole lot less. But when the way that I make sense of it, when you start getting these fairly big numbers throughout the entire league, it's weird to say this, but what's five more going to do for my life that I can't already do right now, right? So like it's not that crazy to me, right? Like I live a pretty good life. Got a house, got a car, we're good. But I wasn't looking to absolutely kill them in every chance that I could. And I told my agent that. I was like, hey, if this has any impact on the pack, or impact on the cap, I should say, let's figure out a way to not do that. So, again, both sides were willing to move and change different things. And it was a pretty calm mannered negotiation is what I can say, at least what I can hear on both sides. So it was good.
So he left money on the table, left about $5 million on the table, and says
$5 million a year, right?
$5 million a year. He says, when you get to numbers this high, what's an extra $5 million going to do for me? I actually understand Josh. I wonder why more people don't have that perspective. Like, do you really fight over the last $5 million when you're in a $300 million deal? I don't think I would. Would you, John?
It depends on whether or not the team was trying to win.
That's what they're trying to do. They tried to create some space for them to be able to do more stuff, and he left $5 million on the table, $5 million a year based on that.
Like Matthew Stafford's done this a couple of times.
Yeah.
He's renegotiated his deal to give them more flexibility. I actually think it's smart if you have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Brady did it repeatedly for New England.
Right. If you play for a lousy organization, like if you play for the Jets, I'm not so sure I would do it for the Jets because I don't think they can figure out the rest of the puzzle. But for a team like Buffalo, and people think Kansas City's actually descending now, Buffalo's probably going to be the favorite to go to the Super Bowl next year out of the AFC. I think it's smart for Josh Allen to do what he's doing because if he wins the Super Bowl, he's going to get even more endorsements and he'll make that money up.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But don't you think when the numbers get stratospheric like this, $300 million, do you really – are you going to scrap for the last five?
Well, no. As a matter of fact, I don't even think it has to do with how big the deal is. You and I, during COVID – I remember Scott McCarthy, our old GM, who we both really liked.
He's my agent now.
Yeah, came to us and said, basically, we had a thing where we could get a lot of bonuses, and he says, I need you guys to waive the bonuses because of COVID, or else I'm going to have to fire people.
Right.
And you and I didn't want to see anybody get fired, so we said, sure.
Yeah.
I think that looking at the big picture is smart, and I think that's what Josh Allen's doing, and I think it may pay off for him in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I think it will. That idea of being flexible, the idea of allowing the team to add the players around you for you to be able to win. And by the way, you're exactly right, John. You win the Super Bowl. I mean, how much more endorsement? Josh Allen's got a lot of endorsement money, but even more if he becomes that guy that wins the Super Bowl.
Right, and I never saw Matthew Stafford in commercials when he was the quarterback of the Lions, even though he was still really, really good. He comes out to Los Angeles, he wins the Super Bowl. He's got like 5 ads on the next day. So you can find other ways to make up that money if you're smart.
Okay, so now I got this. A Tennessee man, John, claims he was shot in the leg by his dog.
Okay.
He was in bed with a female friend. He says his dog is the one that pulled the trigger on the gun that shot him. The victim's dog jumped on the bed and got his paws stuck in the trigger guard. The weapon ended up shooting Kirkwood in the left thigh. He was treated at the scene by paramedics for a graze wound. Do you believe, first of all, okay, dog jumps into the bed. That means he's got a gun in the bed.
I was just going to say, this is all the fault of the man.
Yeah, why
I don't
do you have
blame
a
the
gun
dog
in bed?
at all. Dog was just being a dog.
I was like, was the dog jealous that there was a woman in the bed?
Well, think about it. If you're a woman, do you get in bed when the guy's got a
Okay.
gun in the bed?
No, but here's a different perspective. I used to date a Marine when I was younger.
Okay.
And he had a lot of PTSD.
Okay.
So one time, I have a tendency to fall asleep with my arm under the pillow.
Okay.
Just kind of like hug it in. And I did that, and I felt something like, I was like, what the hell is this? And it was his gun. He used to sleep with his gun under his pillow. And I freaked out. I was like,
Well,
why
I
would you
mean,
do that?
so there's a
but I'm
reason-
saying that there's people that, you don't know what this guy had, so maybe that's why.
It's true.
Just saying it. Different perspective.
Yeah, I don't. The dog in the bed, I understand. The gun in the bed, I do not.
Yeah, I don't get it.
By the way, when I first met Juan, he was not a fan of having a dog in the bed, and I was like, "That's a deal breaker, dude. My dogs hang out on the bed. That's it."
Do all of them hang out in the bed?
They're all in the bed. It is 2 adult male human beings and 3 dogs.
California
in bed
king?
every night. No, it's just a regular king.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Just
That's
a
pretty
regular
big, though.
king. Yeah, but
So
we,
one definitely came around.
Oh, he came around. He had no choice. There was no way we were not going to have dogs on the bed. I want to talk about the auction for CHLA here, the Make March Matter campaign. We were talking earlier today, we're doing a broadcast from Children's Hospital on Monday to raise awareness for this and talk about the Make March Matter campaign and the auction items we've got. That is not open to the public.
No, we love you guys, but it's
that's
a hospital.
Working hospital,
yep.
And we're going to be doing the show live from there, and we'll be talking to all kinds of experts. They help kids get breakthrough care that they need, and all these exclusive items we're auctioning off are really, really terrific. And John, some of the auction items are really taken off. So since we've talked last about this, the golf foursome with John Ireland, James Worthy, up to $1,000. I still think that's low.
Well, we still got time, right?
Oh, still got time. Yeah, I'm letting people. If you want the USC sideline experience with me, $521 is the current bid. If you want to be an intern for a day, I get so many people saying, hey, how does my kid break into the business? This is perfect. Intern for a day, $400 is the current bid. Be an associate producer for a day, $350 is the current bid. This is really good stuff. It's tax deductible. This is once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to do really cool stuff with us. So jump in there. See, it's 710 4CHLA.com. That's 710-FORCHLA.com. All right, coming up next for you, the Texas Rangers made a big mistake. You saw that, John?
I did not.
Okay, we'll talk about that. People are getting rich off of it, and it turns out you can get the Ozempic effect without using Ozempic. That's coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about Toyota and the Southern California Toyota dealers. If you're looking for a car, you got to look at Toyota. They've got everything. They've got cars, trucks, SUVs. Just visit your Southern California Toyota dealer or Toyota.com. Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, so you don't pay for any maintenance for the first 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. You can explore Toyota's full lineup of vehicles and find the best local offers at Toyota.com. I can't tell you how easy it is once you get a Toyota to take care of that car. So get in there and look at them. Toyota, we make it easy. Let's go places.
This is LAFC manager Steve Geronimo.
A familiar face returns to BMO Stadium tomorrow. LAFC welcome Austin FC and former LAFC captain Ilie Sanchez to downtown LA. Go LAFC! It's a Western Conference clash. The black and gold versus the verde. Pre-game starts tomorrow at noon.
Jump for LA Football Club, Olé! Olé!
It's LAFC Season 8 in the heart of LA on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, it's DeMarco. You guys know I'm a massive F1 fan. Nothing beats the speed, the energy, the atmosphere is electric on race weekend. If you want to experience it right, Absolute Sport is the way to go. Thanks to their partnership with Red Bull USA, they have exclusive rates and special access to F1 in Mexico City, Miami, Vegas, and Austin. With top-tier seats and luxury hotels, they handle everything. So all you have to do is enjoy the ride. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
This guy's great, Teddy Swims. He's got a great voice. Mason and Ireland, what's happening on a Friday? You know where me and Bergman are going to be tomorrow, Ireland?
Where's that? That's happening
black and gold. Yes, we will be there tomorrow in the 3252. Really excited for that. Now, I don't know if it would be your scene necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's pretty wild. I was just talking to Bergman. You know, it's going to be like 67 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be cold I'm hoping actually for a low-scoring game because you get doused in beer every time LAFC scores. So maybe I'll take a good 2-1, a good 2-0, something like that. I'll take a couple of dousings, but I don't want to go home completely covered in beer.
One of the craziest things for me is just beer is expensive.
True.
At games.
Especially at games, yeah.
And the fact that they're like, I love my team so much, I'm okay with throwing that out.
I'm going to fling this beer out there. Exactly. No, it's really, really fun. So I'm excited about that tomorrow. And LAFC, we're going to hang out with the 420 Originals. We're going to move around to some of the different clubs, talking to some of they have capos, John. Every club inside the 3252 has got a capo, so we're dealing with the capos to get with different groups inside the 3252. So Lakers tonight in Denver. No Luka Doncic tonight. John,
no LeBron either.
No LeBron. He's been gone for a while. No Jackson Hayes. No Rui Hachimura. John, what are the expectations for tonight?
I would hope that they try and just keep the game competitive and maybe get lucky in the fourth quarter, but it's a big wish. It's a Hail Mary because Denver's really good. This might just be one of those things that Phil Jackson used to call a schedule loss.
Right.
But let's see. I mean, I would have said that last year, Mace, when we went into Boston and both LeBron and AD couldn't play, and then the Lakers beat them by 8.
Yeah.
So, but for every one of those, I could give you 20 of what was supposed to happen did happen, including last night.
Yeah, they're shorthanded, and then there's missing 4 starters.
Right.
It's going to be tough tonight, and I mean, I would think that if you're the Lakers, you want to circle that game against Phoenix, and you want to circle that game against San Antonio.
I think that's what they're doing.
Those are 2 games you got to get into the bank because you're trying to avoid the play-in tournament at all costs.
And I don't understand why Phoenix isn't better. Like why they don't have a better record with all that talent. They got a good coach in Mike Budenholzer. They got Kevin Durant. They got Devin Booker. But they have really struggled. So hopefully we can get some of our guys back for that game and maybe win that one. But that Phoenix has been like a broken record all year.
Yeah, they really have. Just because you put 3 stars together, clearly the whole is less than the sum of their parts.
Right.
I believe that's the correct expression there. I think that makes sense.
I think you got it.
Yeah. All right, so I wanted to dunk in this nugget about Shohei Ohtani. Are you concerned at all about the way the Dodgers are slow playing Shohei Ohtani?
No, but here's the reason why I made that crazy bet with Travis. I gave Travis the Dodgers, and I have the field.
Right.
So we bet one of us is going to have to host the other guy's show and work a 6-hour day. The reason I made that bet is just that the stats are all with me. No one's repeated, Mace, in baseball since the 2000 Yankees.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened in 25 years. And even though the Dodgers are huge favorites, like most people give them like a 25 or 30% chance of winning.
They're 3-1 in Vegas, so 33% chance of winning.
So that means there's a 70% chance they don't win.
Boy, you're negative.
No, I'm not. I'm just playing the numbers.
Yeah, I know.
But, you guys, especially you and Brian. Brian's not here today, but you guys saying they're going to win 115, 118
I think
games.
they are absolutely
They're going to run away
it.
and crush everybody. Baseball doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I think they are absolutely going to crush it. The postseason will be dicey. It always is. Remember, they were down 2-1 to the Padres in the playoffs and managed to come up with those couple of wins. Otherwise, last year would have been a completely different season.
Right. I'm rooting for the Dodgers, but I think I have the odds in my favor.
So we were talking yesterday. You had a piece of sound about Nick Sirianni going on the Pardon My Take podcast, and he went on with a guy who said he should be fired.
Right.
After the previous season. We were talking yesterday. Dave Roberts is a big Mason and Ireland listener. And I last year said if they don't win it all, I would make a change at manager.
Yep, you and Bergman and many others.
Now, would we bring Dave Roberts on and explain that to him?
He is so
he could
confident
roll with it
and self-assured that he would have zero issue with it.
Yeah.
I think what Dave would say would be, you think Mason was the only one who wanted me fired?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm the manager of the Dodgers.
Read the tea leaves, and here's what Dave says about Shohei Ohtani. I just feel, and we all feel, just trying to make it a broad time to return. We just don't know. So I think that when he's ready, we'll know. But I don't want to put any kind of expectation on you guys or on Shohei. It actually kind of came out through the conversation with Shohei, our training staff, the doctors. So all of it kind of was synced up. The plan is to ramp him back up, but I don't know when that will be. Doesn't that seem a little concerning?
Well,
we don't even know when we're going to ramp him up?
Right, but think of it this way. They won the title last year, and he didn't throw one pitch.
Yeah, true.
So they got plenty of pitching. They can win if he never pitches. If he does pitch, your odds go way up, but they can still win if he doesn't pitch. And I just like watching him play, so I hope he pitches sooner rather than later.
I mean, it's
but
be
I wouldn't
exciting.
force him back. You're deep. You're really deep at pitching.
Super deep. By the way, Dustin May took the fifth spot in the rotation over Tony Gonsolin, who suffered a back thing or is dealing with some back
I've had
stuff.
3 different people at the Dodgers tell me that when he's healthy, and this is a big if, but if Dustin May is healthy, he's got the nastiest stuff on the whole team. That his stuff is better than Tyler Glasnow's and just as good as Yamamoto's. But he's had so many injuries, including that freakish thing where a piece of lettuce almost killed him.
Yeah, I know. It makes me so cautious when I eat a salad now.
But if Dustin May can stay healthy, that's a huge advantage for the Dodgers. Because, look at the Yankees. They just lost Garrett Cole for the whole year.
Yeah, I know. And they may also lose Giancarlo Stanton for the year. He may need hip surgery. And then, boy, the Yankees unlikely to get back to the World Series this year without Garrett Cole and potentially without Giancarlo Stanton.
So who's the team to beat in the American League if the Yankees aren't there? Probably Baltimore? Maybe Toronto?
I think maybe the Mets.
Well, the Mets are in the
National
League.
National. I'm sorry, you're talking American League. Yeah, I like Baltimore. I like out of the blue. I think the best bullpen in baseball is Cleveland. The Gardos, I think, are an interesting play. The Red Sox did make moves this offseason. I think they could potentially be in play. Baltimore is very good. I think the winner of the American League will be one of those 3 teams.
I'm not counting the Yankees out yet because I can see them making a big trade. And there's so many good players on teams like the Reds that, what happens if they get Ellie De La Cruz in the middle of the season?
Right.
Then it could flip everything. But, that's a big if, too.
Ireland, do you know anybody who's on the Ozempic, the Mounjaro, the Wegovy, all that stuff, the weight loss stuff?
Many of Lisa's friends are on Ozempic.
Okay. So
she can't take it because of her health, because of her history with cancer. It's dangerous if you take it. But a bunch of her friends are on it.
And by the way, absolutely no shame in it whatsoever. I've got, good for you if you're doing it. There's a nutritionist by the name of, actually, it's a TikTok nutritionist, so we don't even know his name. He says he's lost 100 pounds using a diet he designed himself, and claims apples do the exact same thing as Ozempic, Mounjaro, and Wegovy.
Really?
He says apples literally do the same thing in the body. He says the reason why Ozempic, Wegovy, all those other drugs work is because they impact hormones in the body, blah, 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 blah. The cool thing is that food in nature literally does the exact same thing as the weight loss drugs do, and that is my opinion. That is solid science. So eating apples would potentially have the same effect because of all the fiber as taking one of those weight loss drugs, the GLP-1s. Now, the one thing I read, John, and this has the potential to be wonder drug stuff. So apparently, alcoholics are using this to wean themselves off alcohol.
They're using apples?
No, I'm going back to the Ozempic. Now. They're using Ozempic to wean themselves. Compulsive gamblers are using Ozempic to curb their desire to gamble. Any sort of repetitive, habitual, addictive behavior you're in can be treated with Ozempic, it reduces those cravings, just like it does for food, reduces cravings for gambling and for alcohol and for drugs, whatever you happen to be using. I mean, this has the potential. It's being used for Alzheimer's now. These drugs are like crazy. Every time I read a story, it's like they do something else. So there's no shame in it, and do her up. And I think I know people that have been on it and have a lot of success.
My dad's on because he's diabetic.
Yeah, right. And that's the other thing.
That's
it's good
why
for
it was
diabetes.
invented. Right.
Yeah. Did you see that Billy McFarland is trying to do Firefest 2?
Anybody who buys a ticket to that deserves whatever ripoff they get.
Yeah.
I mean, if you buy a ticket from that guy, how do you trust him?
Fire Festival 2 slated to take place on Isla Mujeres, a Mexican island off the coast of Cancun from May 30th to Isla Mujeres, June 2nd. Attendees being lured in with the promise of nightly performances with musical acts that have yet to be announced to supplement daytime activities that include water adventure, extreme sports, leisure, wellness. Now, the island has released a statement. This Isla Mujeres has said, "We have no knowledge of this event nor contact with any person or company about it. For us, this is an event that does not exist. The festival is not going to happen. There are red flags all over the place." Now, in other words, the island where he claims it's going to happen in May has no information about any event happening. Why would somebody jump into this after getting burned the first time?
I don't know. And Billy McFarland is apparently telling people, don't believe what you read. It is happening. The minute I find out he's associated with it, there's one of these on Netflix and there's one of these on Hulu about what happened the last time there was a fire festival.
Yes.
Just a complete ripoff.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, if you buy tickets to that, you deserve to get stood up.
Agreed. All right, one Big Ten college football coach.
What was the Rangers thing you teased?
So we actually did this a little bit. Laura, you explain this because there was a hat, the special hat that the Rangers created.
Yeah, there was a few hats in the. So, like I said, the MLB season, new hats, new merch. There were certain teams that didn't understand that creating certain things. I can't say the word, which is kind of hard.
No. Here's the thing. I know what you're talking about now. These were the overlap hats.
Yes.
In other words, they had one logo and then another logo on top of them. But nobody looked at the finished product before they put them up for sale, and now they've taken them all down. The A's hat actually said ass. Like, it's because they put an A on top of an apostrophe S, and it looked like ASS.
Yeah.
The Angels hat looked terrible. The Rangers hat looked terrible.
This one, the Rangers
Astros
hat
too
said boobs in Spanish, didn't it?
It's slang term.
Slang term.
Yeah, how does that happen?
Now, if you go to eBay right now, if you have one of those hats, they are selling
it for big money?
over $1,000.
Damn.
So
only in America.
Only in America, making money off that. All right, let me tell you about Jacob and Ronnie. Imagine you're in an Uber or a Lyft, and you're just sitting back, relaxing. Bam, you're in a wreck. Here's the thing. Not your typical wreck. When you're in a rideshare accident, whole different game. Drivers are covered by Uber or Lyft, so not only do you got to deal with the other person's insurance, now you're juggling rideshare company insurance too, and there's a lot for anybody to handle. That's what you need an expert for. My friend Jacob has been handling Uber, Lyft accidents from day one, before anybody else even thought about it. He knows the ins and the outs of rideshare accidents and will fight for the compensation that you deserve. So if you've been injured in a rideshare accident, do not waste any time. Call Jacob right now. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com. And if you or a loved one has been impacted by recent wildfires, Jacob has already filed lawsuits against those responsible. Call Jacob for a free case evaluation or to help review your insurance policy and claims. Together, we are LA strong. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
First class up in the sky.
I mean, come on, man. You can be up there with me, Captain.
Nah, your contract's different than mine. Mine is.
You need to get a better deal, bro.
Back by the bathrooms, up in the sky. He's in economy.
Toscano and Cap is next at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey, guys.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
After 30 years and more than 20,000 transactions, Seller's Advantage knows how to get you more for your home.
No agent fees, no commissions, just an as-is cash offer.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com.
California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
It's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Cardin Alleyway Hyundai Corona. Get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Plus, drive with confidence with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and Hyundai's assurance program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com. On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 72 payments of $1,519 for $1,000 financed. Expires 03/31/2025.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
If this world were mine. Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was
There we go. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Big Friday.
Good Friday.
A little rain out there, John, in L.A. today. People,
Still.
sliding around a little bit. Supposed to end, I think, at like 5 or 6 tonight, and then maybe
Good,
clear
because
up.
I get
for,
in at like 2 in the morning.
Right, and then tomorrow, LAFC. I think it's going to be beautiful to get for a game on
Dale,
black and gold. So I came across this story about the city of Las Vegas, and apparently it is dead. There is so much less in-person betting in Vegas, and it is bad for the town. I'm reading tweets. Vegas feels like a simulation glitch. No packed tables, no high rollers, just $27 cocktails, empty slot machines. The economy is worse than they're admitting. I live in Vegas. My mom works on the Strip, can confirm blank is super dead, and only people here are likely to have booked a while ago. Whoever comes for conferences, and even these people aren't spending. Is Vegas in trouble in part because of legalized gambling?
Maybe, but I was there in October.
Yeah.
And it was packed.
It was packed.
Yeah, everywhere.
Now, we're going to see the Eagles on April the 4th.
At the Sphere?
At the Sphere. I'm really excited for that. Cappy, by the way, I hey-kinged Cappy. And Deacon Fry is hooking me up with tickets for that.
Yeah, it should be great. I saw the Eagles at the Forum 2 years ago, and he was playing with Deacon Fly was playing with them, and it was great.
Yeah, they were playing. Didn't they play like 10 nights or something? They played a lot.
Yeah, they're great.
I came across a story about Matt Rule, the head coach at Nebraska, and he made an interesting point.
If we die, we die.
If we die, we die. That's his most famous point. But he said that he thinks the era of the non-conference game is over in college football. He thinks there is no bonus for playing a tough non-conference game. The truth is, if you get through your conference, if you're one of the big schools and one of the big conferences, if you can get through with 2 losses or less, you make the playoff. Last year, every team in the big conferences who had 2 losses or less made it into the field for the college football playoff.
So you think the end result is going to be that everybody's going to schedule cupcakes now?
Why wouldn't you schedule cupcakes? Why? What is the point? Who wants to?
Because doesn't strength of schedule figure into all this?
No, if you have 2 losses or less, you're in. Why? If I'm a USC fan, and I understand Notre Dame is it's heritage and it's been happening since 1901 or whatever the hell it was. I would rather not have Notre Dame on the schedule because I need USC to finish with 2 losses or less in order to make the college football playoff. Why do I want to add a team that is a powerhouse to my schedule? There are no points for it.
Well, strength of schedule figures in some way. I just don't know how significant it is. And the reason you want that game is because it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but what's more fun is the college football playoff. And that's the way people are going to be. People are measured by the playoff. They're not measured by fun in November.
Well, you're making the argument that Mick Cronin tried to make, and his team today just completely didn't show up in the Big Ten tournament. He's like, I'm not getting judged on whether or not I win the Big Ten tournament. Why do I want to spend the weekend in Indiana? And they basically didn't show up, and now they're coming home. But I think scheduling non-conference opponents that are good is how you can. I mean, in a lot of cases, it's how you can make more money. And the other thing is it's great for your fan base.
Okay, so but think about this.
So last year, for example, USC played LSU and Notre Dame.
Right.
And those games were both great.
And look where it got them.
Well, they lost a lot of games. They lost to frickin' Minnesota.
Correct. But here's the thing, John. Let's say every team in the Big Ten with 2 losses or less made the playoff last year.
Okay.
Why does USC want to add a tough game to the schedule that's a non-conference game? It's a potential for another loss.
Yeah, I see your point, but because I think you get better when you play better teams. I mean, you could schedule San Jose State and some small school, and and a lot of teams hide behind HBCUs. They'll schedule an HBCU and say we're doing it to give that school exposure and money. Well, the truth is you're doing it because you can beat them. But I just
but you are also, it also is a big payday for the HBCUs.
Correct, but that's how USC would hide behind this if they decide to drop.
But they have
Notre Dame.
They have never played a Division II or subdivision team. I think the only two is USC the only one that hasn't played.
No, I think that finally ended. I think USC and UCLA, the 3 were USC, UCLA, and Notre Dame, and I think UCLA and USC both in the last couple of years had that streak snapped. But I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think that's right. I would remember this, right? USC's unbroken streak. For decades, USC program has maintained an unbroken streak of never playing against a football championship subdivision team. The streak is a source of pride and tradition for the university. Yeah, USC hasn't done it. I know UCLA did. They played in HBCU.
Right.
And I don't know if Notre Dame has done it.
Yeah, maybe USC's the only one. But I would applaud them. I love the way that, especially when Pete Carroll was there, they would always play an SEC team. They'd go down and play Auburn
but
or
Ireland,
Alabama.
that's when strength of schedule mattered.
But
strength
you're
of
saying it
schedule
doesn't
doesn't
matter
anymore. No, if USC plays,
right.
if USC plays, if they're non-conference games, they got 4 non-conference games, are all against cupcakes.
Right.
And then they lose 2 games or less in the Big Ten, they're in the playoff. And let's face it, that's what we're in it for. We're in it to get into the playoff. So why have Notre Dame on the schedule? There's no upside. It's tradition, and it's cool, and it's fun for fans and all that stuff. But I still think the playoff is what we're really angling for. The playoff is the most fun. The playoff is what Lincoln Riley is going to be measured by.
Right. So I just Googled, does strength of schedule matter in the college football playoff? And here's what came up. It does value strength of schedule, just not as much as some within the SEC would like. So it's not. I think it's still a factor, but maybe not as big of a factor.
Yeah, I mean, every
right?
SEC school, John, that finished with 2 losses or less made the playoff.
All right, so our college football strength of schedule rankings assess the overall difficulty of each team's season schedule. The strength of each opponent is determined by their position in our composite college football power rankings. So I guess when you could get burned by this is you have 2 losses, and let's say
correct, and somebody else has
TCU
2 losses.
has 2 losses, and their strength of schedule is better than yours. Then you're on the outside looking in.
Right.
But it could break right for you. Like, let's say no other teams have 2 losses, and then you're in.
Right. And again, I'm just pointing out that last year, everybody that had 2 losses or less from the big conferences made the playoff. It might affect the seeding. You may be the 8 as opposed to the 9 or whatever it is. But in the end, 2 losses or less and you're in. And I'd rather, I know it's bucking tradition, but I'd rather not have a tough non-conference game on my schedule.
So you go to a lot of USC games. You'd rather go to USC San Jose State than USC Notre Dame?
No, I'd rather go to the first round of the college football playoff.
Well, that's not the
that's
question
what I care
asked you,
about.
Though.
Yeah.
So would you rather have, if you're just a fan going to the games, would you rather go to USC San Jose State or USC Notre Dame?
Obviously USC Notre Dame, but do I get to go to the playoff if I lose to Notre Dame?
Maybe not, but if you win, then you're almost in for sure.
Right. Yeah, LSU didn't help them last year. They beat LSU. They lost to Notre Dame. They had a tough non-conference schedule, but they got whacked in the conference. I mean, they were just terrible. They were no business thinking about the college football playoff. But I just think I think we're entering the era of everybody plays cupcakes and we don't have big non-conference games, which is too bad. I think that's the end result of the college football playoff. All right, real quick, I want to mention this, and then we'll get to Game of Games. And I think Jacob Ramrani is here and is going to play. We are proud to partner with Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the annual Make March Matter campaign, auctioning off exclusive items. This one's cool. Cover the L.A. Kings for a day, ride the Zamboni, and meet Bailey. How about that? All proceeds donated to CHLA. Make sure to visit 710forchla.com. That's 710forchla.com. You can make a difference with us. We'll be broadcasting live from Children's Hospital on Monday to raise awareness and money for CHLA. Game of Games is next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, we've been talking a lot about the Gafote, the greatest fan of all time. And right now the entry window is closed, but ESPN LA and BBGO are still in the hunt to find the Lakers Gafote, the greatest Laker fan of all time, and now we're going to need your help. You vote from March 18th to March 24th. Just go to LakersGafote.com and vote for the greatest Laker fan of all time. Whoever wins that is going to be rewarded with incredible prizes like courtside seats, a VIP private tour of the Lakers UCLA Health Training Center, and a year's supply of BBGO. Whole lot more, too. So remember to do your part. Vote for the Gafote March 18th through the 24th only at LakersGafote.com. That's LakersGafote.com.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
With over 30 years in the business and more than 20,000 real estate transactions, Seller's Advantage offers a much better buying experience.
We don't charge agent fees, you pay no commissions, and you make no repairs. Seller's Advantage will show you a no-obligation, as-is cash offer and can close in just a few days.
Just check out our Google reviews and see for yourself.
Call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
The IRS, they tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-498-6548. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-498-6548. That's 800-498-6548. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. John Ireland's game today. He is in Denver, and Jacob Abrani is going to play.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey, John. How are you?
Well, I'd be better if LeBron and Luka and Dorian Finney-Smith and Rui and Jackson Hayes were playing. But since they're not, let's try and pull off a miracle.
Well, I just got a pop-up on my phone, and I just told Steve that Sham said that he's like LeBron's out likely another week.
At least, yeah.
Another week.
So, that's the Shams report.
I want you to know I'm sitting in your seat, and I'm hoping to be able to get some of your luck.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you got a shot.
Laura, what's the scoreboard for this month?
Oh, you're going to love this, Mace.
I am.
Mason 4, Ireland 3,
Yes.
O'Shea 1, Andy Kamenetsky 1, and myself 1.
So me and Ireland are dominating this
Mace,
month.
you have been reborn as a Game of Games player. I'm so proud of you.
You know what I said? I decided to start trying. So let's go. Let's roll.
That's right. So as Mace mentioned, I'm in Denver for Lakers Nuggets tonight. So I have a quiz about Denver.
Okay.
All right. These are all multiple choice. Here we go. So we got 4 players: Kasim, Laura, Mace, and Jacob.
Yes.
All right. Number 1. The Rockies mascot Dinger is a dinosaur. Why is Dinger a dinosaur? A, when they were building Coors Field, they found dinosaur remains on the site the stadium was built on, so they made Dinger a dinosaur as a tribute to that. B, the team held a contest when they were starting out to have the fans name the baseball team. It was around the time of the first Jurassic Park movie, so the name that won was Velociraptors. The owners didn't love that name. The basketball team in Toronto was already called the Raptors, so they picked Rockies instead, and Dinger is a shout-out to the name the fans picked. Or C, Don Baylor, the first manager of the Rockies, was a huge dinosaur fan. Baylor was kind of a tough guy, and they thought the only way he would warm up to the mascot was if it was a dinosaur, so Dinger was born.
Mm-hmm.
Kasim, A, B, or C, was it dinosaur remains, the fans picked the name, or Don Baylor likes dinosaurs?
I'm going to say Don Baylor likes dinosaurs.
Okay. Laura.
I'm going to say shout out to the fans, B.
Okay, Mace.
Dinosaur remains.
Jacob.
I'm going to go with the fans, too, B.
Once again, Steve Mason gets the
Wow.
point. Yeah, they found dinosaur remains on the site where Coors Field is. Did you know that,
Yeah,
Mace?
well, all that part of the country has got excavations with dinosaur bones up to Wyoming and South Dakota, all those places. So
How do you know that?
I don't know.
He reads a lot.
I'm a reader.
All right, number 2. This famous English band played their first ever show in North America in Denver. Was it A, Pink Floyd, B, Led Zeppelin, or C, the Rolling Stones? Laura, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, or the Rolling Stones?
Let's go with Led Zeppelin.
All right, Mace.
I'm going Rolling Stones.
Jacob.
Me too, Rolling Stones.
Kasim.
Also Rolling Stone.
Laura gets the point. Led Zeppelin had their first show in America in Denver. All right, so Mason won, Laura won.
Okay.
Number 3. Denver has a famous zoo that has been around for 129 years. The zoo all started because in 1896, a wild animal was captured and it needed a home. They named the animal Billy Bryan and set up his cage downtown so the people could come see him. Hence, the zoo was born. What kind of animal was Billy Bryan? A, a bison, B, a bear, C, a bald eagle. Mace, bison, bear, or bald eagle?
Bison.
Jacob.
Bison.
Kasim.
Bear.
Laura.
A, bison.
Kasim is on the board. It's a bear.
Let's go.
Billy Bryan the bear. So it's Kasim 1, Laura 1, Mace 1. Jacob, what are you doing over
Yeah,
there?
what's happening, Jacob?
I'm getting the next
He's
one.
working on a
That's
case
what's
right.
happening.
He's actually working on a case right now.
Okay, Jacob, this one coming to you.
All right.
The first amusement park created west of the Mississippi River was built on the shores of Sloan's Lake. It opened to the public for the first time on June 17th, 1881, with a roller coaster, dance hall, Ferris wheel, boating attractions, and an elephant they named Roger. What was the name of that Denver amusement park? A, Rocky Road, B, Durango Outpost, C, Manhattan Beach. Jacob, Rocky Road, Durango Outpost, or Manhattan Beach?
I'll go with Durango Outpost.
Kasim.
Rocky Road.
Laura.
I don't know why you would put Manhattan Beach, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay, Mace.
I'm going Rocky Road.
Laura, you sniffed it out right from the beginning.
Dude.
It was Manhattan
Yeah, it was like,
Beach.
why
What
would
are
he
the
put it?
odds of that?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I thought that was crazy, too.
It's
All right.
everybody won, right?
No, Laura has
I'm
2.
zero.
Oh.
I got 2.
Jacob is alive to Laura. Who has the 0?
DeAndre.
Right?
The DeAndre.
All right,
Oh, yeah,
Jacob,
the
you're
DeAndre.
halfway there. You're 0 for
Shoot.
4.
Okay.
Here we go. This one coming back to Kasim. The very first blank restaurant in the United States opened in Denver in the 1960s. A, Mongolian barbecue, B, vegan, or C, Thai. So the first blank restaurant in the U.S. opened in Denver. Kasim, is it Mongolian barbecue, vegan, or Thai?
Mongolian barbecue.
Laura.
I'm going to go vegan.
Mace.
I'm going to go Thai.
Jacob.
I'm going to go vegan as well.
It's Thai, and Mason is tied for the
Somewhere
lead.
in my head, I knew that. I don't know why.
Okay. Jacob, you are still scoreless.
Jacob, do you realize
I
that?
should go back to my own seat.
No. If you get them all wrong,
I love that.
you become the new benchmark. It's the
Right.
full Jacob. Whenever,
that right?
any,
All right,
yeah,
so
no,
let's
it's not a
go.
bad thing.
Let's
go for
go.
it. Go for it.
Okay, Laura, here we go.
Okay.
There's an old law still on the books in Denver that makes it illegal to loan what to your neighbor? A, your car, B, your oven, C, your vacuum cleaner. Car, oven, or vacuum cleaner, Laura?
So weird. I'll go vacuum.
Mace.
Car's too obvious. I'm going to go vacuum also.
Jacob.
I'm going to go oven.
Kasim.
Vacuum.
Vacuum is the correct answer, so Jacob is still scoreless.
Nice, Jacob. You're on a roll.
Mace 3, Laura 3, and Kasim 2.
It's all about goals.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Don't screw it up, Jacob.
I know.
This Christmas tradition started in Denver over 100 years ago. What was it? A, hanging Christmas lights. B, a gingerbread house contest, or C, Elf on the Shelf? So, Mace, hanging Christmas lights, gingerbread house contest, Elf on the Shelf. Which tradition started in Denver over 100 years ago?
Elf on the Shelf.
Jacob.
I will go for A, hanging lights.
Okay, Kasim.
Gingerbread.
Laura.
I'm going to also go gingerbread house.
Jacob is on the board.
Oh!
Hanging Christmas lights first happened in Denver. So now, Jacob, you're not dead in the game.
Yeah, now you got a shot still.
All right, let's
Laura
go.
3, Mace 3, Kasim 2, Jacob 1.
Changing my
Let me see how many
strategy.
are left.
Yes, now try to get them right.
2. All right, 2 left, Jacob. So you got to go the opposite of Laura and or Mace.
Okay.
All right. This comfort food was invented in Denver. Is it A, macaroni and cheese, B, the cheeseburger, or C, buttered popcorn? Laura, macaroni and cheese, the cheeseburger, or buttered popcorn?
Butter popcorn.
Mace.
I'm also going to go popcorn.
Jacob. Go different than that. Go either macaroni and cheese or the cheeseburger.
I'm going with the macaroni and cheese.
Kasim.
Also going mac and cheese.
You all missed it. It was the cheeseburger.
I thought it was invented here.
I always thought the cheeseburger was
It was invented in Pasadena, wasn't it, or something
No,
like
they
that?
say the first one, I mean, according to the
Well,
internet.
by the way, I think multiple cities claim
That's
it. But
true.
yeah, for your purposes, yeah, Denver, I'm sure, claims it.
All right, so Jacob, you're out.
Sorry, Jacob.
Sorry, Jacob.
By the way, that's the worst of all possible worlds, just to fade out of the game as opposed to going for the full miss.
It's Friday. I'm just fading into the weekend.
There
That's
you
what's
go.
happening.
Okay.
I will be faded shortly, Jacob.
Mace 3, Laura 3, Kasim 2. So, Kasim, you got to go opposite of these two if they go the same one. All right, last one. Then we have a tiebreak.
Okay.
Mace, there are more of these in Denver than in any other city in the United States per capita. Is it A, ski lifts, B, dispensaries, C, microbreweries? Ski lifts, dispensaries, or microbreweries, Mace?
Dispensaries.
Laura.
Breweries.
Oh, well, we're going to have a winner.
Kasim.
I got to go ski lifts.
We have a winner. And that winner is Laura.
Oh!
It is
actually knew
microbreweries.
that.
Mace, believe it or not,
Let's go.
there are a lot of dispensaries in Denver, but there are more per capita in Oklahoma City.
Is
for
that
some
right?
reason.
Wow.
Yeah, more microbreweries in Denver than any other.
Less to do in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, let's do the tiebreaker just
Okay,
for fun.
cool.
Denver is known as the Mile High City and has an elevation of 5,290 feet. If you take the altitude in Denver and subtract the elevation of the next highest NBA city, Salt Lake City, how many feet do you get? So if Denver is at 5,290, take a guess at what Salt Lake City is and tell me the difference. All right? Kasim, pick a number, any number.
I'll go 2,563.
2063. Okay. Laura.
3390.
3390. Mace.
2420.
Jacob.
1111.
Jacob is the winner.
Oh.
Salt Lake City's elevation is 4327.
Oh, so pretty
the number
high.
different is 963.
Oh, there you go, Jacob.
I was
Jacob
waiting
almost
for the
got it.
end.
You won the tiebreaker.
Yes, you were waiting for a show of respectability. There
That's
at the
right.
end.
He said 11-11. We make a wish.
So,
right.
so Jacob, how you feeling about where this Laker team is right now?
And Jacob, the only thing we really care about is, are you confident they can stay out of the play-in tournament?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You think they'll get it together between now and then?
I do. I mean, I think, listen, right now we're missing Jackson Hayes, Rui, and LeBron, correct?
And Luka.
And tonight, Dorian Finney-Smith also.
Oh, great. So we might as well just...
Correct.
Just exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the way I'm looking at it with the whole LeBron thing is that he needed to rest before the playoffs. So this is just... He's resting.
Blessing in disguise?
I actually do believe it is, yeah. Because with all the hype that was going on and we were in the second, in the second seed and now we don't want to lose the second seed, he's not going to sit. Now he has to sit.
Yeah.
And hopefully if he does come back within the next week, we would have hit a little bump. Obviously we don't like it. It's going to be probably 4 or 5 losses. But then you get back. Luka is becoming, besides tonight, Luka is becoming much more comfortable with the team. He is, he scored 48 points the other night, right? He's you can see that he can lead this team. We get back before the playoffs. We have a bunch of home games before the playoffs. We roll in there, and let's rock and roll.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I want to ask you about, I know you're doing a lot of work with people from the Eaton fire.
Yes.
Edison has, they are the responsible party, right? So you're out there filing lawsuits on people's behalf, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And one thing that's been interesting is that the number of calls that we've been getting in the past week or two have increased, and we're 2 months post.
Interesting.
And that shows that a lot of the people in the Altadena area were not comfortable or not ready in order to look at their legal rights. Another thing that's really important is the city of Pasadena just sued Edison as well.
Okay.
So the city's suing them, everybody's suing them, and I think people are becoming more comfortable to the idea that they have to protect their rights. I think one of the things that no one's talking about is that everybody is underinsured. I think there's going to be a wave of lawsuits that's going to come in the future against the insurance companies for not giving enough insurance. But right now, the residents of Altadena, the people who've lost their homes, the people who had insurance have been able to get their insurance money. They're taking care of, permanent residency.
Right.
People were in hotels, moving from one place to another. And now people are ready to really sit down and hear about it. Another thing that's crazy, and you and I have talked about this before, is that, Los Angeles got overwhelmed with people coming from other cities.
Yeah.
You have people coming from San Francisco, people coming from New York, people coming from Texas, from everywhere. Those jets landed, and everybody tried to pick up cases. You really realize that the people of California are not comfortable going with attorneys that are outside. They want homegrown people with boots on the ground, and we've been blessed enough to be able to talk to a lot of them for that reason.
So you're helping people review cases and insurance policies and all that stuff. If somebody needs to reach Jacob, if you're reached that point where you're like, hey, I really got to act here. Jacob is the guy you want. He's a fighter, and he knows how to help you win and get you the compensation that you deserve. So remember, call Jacob.com. Jacob, thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Great to see you.
All right, we will do some Super Crosstalk next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
This is LAFC manager Steve Geronimo.
A familiar face returns to BMO Stadium tomorrow. LAFC welcome Austin FC and former LAFC captain Ilie Sanchez to downtown LA. Go LAFC! It's a Western Conference clash. The black and gold versus the verde. Pre-game starts tomorrow at noon.
Jump for LA Football Club, Olé! Olé!
It's LAFC Season 8 in the heart of LA on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
It's spring in the Southland, and the season of adventure is here. So why not hit the road in a brand new Kia from Kia of Carson? Whether you want a sleek sedan, a spacious SUV, or the latest hybrid or EV, Kia of Carson has the perfect ride for you. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, we have all the latest tech-savvy vehicles that make the season of adventure more exciting. And Kia of Carson makes car buying easy, fun, and unforgettable. But don't wait. Our spring sales event is happening now. Hurry in today or shop online at KiaofCarson.com. Kia of Carson. Let's get you on the road.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know the Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research? It's Trav with DeMarco.
In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA will be auctioning off exclusive 710 experiences like having me guest coach your football team or join a day hike with me and Travis.
Or you can bowl against me. All proceeds generated will be donated to CHLA. Visit 710forchla.com to make a difference today.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station. KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God.
When the
as shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
It's F-It Friday. It's Friday. That's right. And everybody's in the house today. Cappy, you're in South, right?
I'm in South after a lot of back and forth this week.
Yeah, you were up and down, right?
Yeah, and even next week's going to be more up and down because Monday we've got our Children's Hospital broadcast.
That's right.
You know, and then Mace on Friday.
Yes.
The big birthday party.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a question since
Sure.
we're a week out?
Yeah, please.
Make a suggestion for me.
Okay.
Do I get done with your birthday party and go stay at George and Kelly's house?
No. I don't think that George and Kelly want that.
Do I get done and go to the Ireland mansion?
And
sleep
you
over
are
there?
you are welcome.
Ireland
there,
probably
Cappy.
will say yes. He's got a gigantic house. He can put you in there. He'll never see you.
Now, a friend of mine who lives in Venice, because I was on Hotels.com looking for hotels in Venice.
Okay.
And he made a couple of suggestions about where I should consider staying. Shout out to my boy Jeff Green, who said that a baller like myself should stay at the Marina Del Rey Marriott or the Ritz-Carlton Marina Del Rey. Or he said Hotel Irwin is right in the heart of Venice.
Hotel Irwin's nice.
Okay.
Cappy, that may be your best move because you don't want to have a lot of traveling to do once you leave the party.
No.
And getting to where Sedano and I are in the South Bay is going to take you a good 30, 45 minutes.
Easily. Yeah.
And by the way, you also don't want to go along. You want to be very, very careful. Like one night when John was at one of my parties, as he was on his way out the door, he'd had a couple of drinks.
More than a couple.
And he said to me, "Thanks for coming." I'm like,
to his party,
to my party. So people do. One night, and these are the old days because Chris is a changed man. But I remember Chris and Alan Sliwa stumbling down my steps and going somewhere for a party. I mean, it's going to be fun. We got a great bar. We got great specialty drinks. We got great food. It's going to be a really good time.
Okay, so I'm looking at the Hotel Irwin right now. I'm trying to be as close to your house as possible because I figure I'm the host of the after party.
That is true. Are you throwing an after party?
So I figure I'm going to need to have someplace close by. So I'm looking for proximity to your crib, Mace.
So here's the thing that we are doing, and we've done this for other parties, is that technically the party ends at 11. That's when the valet parking wraps up.
Okay.
But we've got a ton of beer and wine, so you grab your car from the valet guy and you park it, and you come back in, and we're going to have a deep hang until late in the night.
Oh, there's a deep hang. So
there's a deep hang.
Okay, I have a quick question about the deep hang.
Yes.
Will there be a second round of food in the deep hang?
Yes.
There will.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a really good food plan that's going to be fun.
But no dinner, right?
No dinner.
Okay.
But there will be all kinds of stuff to eat.
All right, so when I made the suggestion last week of the girls walking around with pre-rolled joints
That's not
that look
happening.
like cigarettes, right? But if you get everybody wasted, there's a deep hang dinner or deep hang food later in the day.
Oh, there's definitely deep hang food.
Okay.
There's definitely deep hang food. We've got that complete. We've really got this one covered. This is going to be a good one, Cappy. I don't think you've been to any of my parties.
No, I
have you?
haven't. No, George, do you think that I should jump in your limo afterwards and cruise back to your crib, or do you think I should just get a hotel right nearby Mace's place?
I think you can get a hotel. I can get you a good discount at the Ritz-Carlton Marina Del Rey. And by
nice.
good, I mean you're still going to pay a lot, but it's not going to be full price.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take a look at that.
Head over to Shutters in Santa Monica. We'll pick out all
Shutters?
go to Casa Del Mar in Santa Monica.
Well,
That's
or
another good
Cappy,
one.
if you don't care about driving, go to Terranea.
Yeah,
Well,
Terranea.
Shutters was also recommended. Also, the Viceroy. I hope I'm saying
Viceroy,
right.
yeah.
Oh, Viceroy. Am I saying
Yeah,
that wrong?
Viceroy. Yeah.
Viceroy.
Yeah,
I mean,
Viceroy.
Viceroy sounds like something you get when you visit the doctor.
Yeah,
I
I
know,
got
but
a bad
so-
case with the Viceroy.
So does Viceroy. I didn't know how to pronounce it. So I've heard Viceroy, Shutters, Marina Del Rey Marriott, Marina Del Rey Ritz-Carlton. George, I'll take you up on that. You know, I'm looking at the Hotel Irwin.
I think Hotel Irwin's a really good bet for you. It's
What
got
are you
by
looking
the way,
at
it's
Hotel
got
Irwin for the night?
It's
You
got
ready?
an excellent rooftop bar.
Okay.
Restaurant, bar.
George, how much for the Irwin on Saturday night next week for Mace's birthday?
You mean Friday night?
Oh,
yeah,
you're right.
Friday night.
I got to change.
You're looking at the wrong day.
Yeah,
I
looking
am,
at the
you're
wrong
right.
date.
Same day, same price both days, Friday and Saturday.
What
you
are
ready
you
for this?
paying?
Full retail pre-tax $333.
Yeah, that's great, man.
That's actually a good deal. That's less than I could get you at the Ritz.
Oh, really?
Check the Jamaica Bay Inn. That place
Oh,
is cute.
that's another good place. They,
Yeah, they
by
have
the
a
way,
good breakfast and
we
the
go
whole
there for
restaurant's good.
breakfast all the time. Yeah, Jamaica Bay is a really good spot too.
Jamaica Bay.
How about the
Inn?
Hotel June, Cappy, in West
No, you
LA,
don't
which
wanna
is
stay
right out, just outside, right by Loyola Marymount.
You don't want to stay there.
I really want to be able to. I want to be
You
able
don't
to
want to
either
stay there?
No, I don't. I think that place. No, not a fan.
Can I walk or from your crib, Mace?
It's
to
a
the
long.
Irwin?
It's a long ass walk.
What about the Jamaica Bay?
Jamaica Bay is a long ass walk. You're walking all the way to the marina.
Oh well,
That's a long walk.
I want as close as possible. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's not like
I don't
there's
have
not
a
like
hotel,
like 2 blocks from Mason's house.
Yeah,
I
you
mean, I
can't
don't know.
walk to a hotel
Why
from
don't
my
you
house.
Airbnb outside of Mason's house?
How about I got a better idea?
Okay.
Mace, why don't I just stay with you?
No. You know, you'll find out. My house is not the largest house on the block.
Right, but Rachel and I could easily crash
in the guest room.
Sure.
No.
Why not?
Because Morales and Steffa are crashing there.
You're kidding me.
I am kidding
They
you.
already reserved it.
I'm totally kidding you.
Okay.
No, I was just going to say there's no way you greenlit that.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want Morales to die in your house, do you?
Even
I mean, my God.
Morales 2.0
Yeah.
still doesn't get into my jacuzzi. I can tell you that.
So there's no chance that Rachel and I could sleep in your guest room?
No.
Why? Because you think we're going to be too loud?
No, because the place, I'll be honest, when we get to 3 a.m. and
Yeah.
everybody leaves,
Yeah.
it's going to be a mess, man.
There ain't
You
nobody
don't-
going to be there at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah, D-Pang.
D-Pang who?
Everybody D-Pang, a little cannabis,
D-Pang
little beer,
That's what I
little
was thinking,
wine. Got a D-Pang going on.
George, you think you're D-Panging?
No, definitely.
No, I don't think Sedano's a D-Pang. This is like...
although for the last one I went to during the holidays, I was there pretty late.
You
but
were
not-
there
not-
late.
Not like deep hang.
You
but
brought
I
me a
was
nice.
there.
You brought me a nice gift, if I remember.
Oh,
right.
I brought you a number of them.
I
yes.
smoked that. That was delicious.
Question, point of information.
Yes.
Here. So it did say on your invitation, no gifts, right?
Correct. I do not want gifts.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I have a question.
Mhm. And by the way, I mean it. I'm not
Okay.
saying don't give me gifts because
No,
I want you
you
to.
were definitely very much a. You mean it. When
I
you
said the invitation actually says give some money to your favorite cause in
Right.
my honor. That would be more meaningful than a bottle of bourbon or wine or whatever.
Okay, all right. So you're serious about this?
Dead serious.
Okay, because I was thinking that like the no gift thing is like a bring me a gift.
No, it really
And
is
we're-
no
and
gift.
we're not auctioning off a listener, right? Like,
No, we are
that
not.
didn't happen.
That's
no,
ridiculous.
we're not
That
doing
should happen.
That's not happening.
That should
at
happen.
all. Man, unless maybe Monday at Children's Hospital.
By the
they can
way,
jazz me up
if
on
you
that.
want the dinner with me and you and I, Cap, is up to $750.
I know it's a good one.
I have found, George, the person who is responsible for that. They have reached out to me. You'll
Okay.
appreciate this. You ready?
Yeah.
On LinkedIn.
Oh, wow. Somebody on LinkedIn.
I never know what to do with LinkedIn.
I get
I don't even
emails
have
from
it.
them. I don't know what it does.
Yeah, I used to have it when it first came out, and then I'm like, what do I have this for?
Well, I can just tell you this: the person responsible, who has upped our dinner thus far,
Yeah.
is a gentleman who's a daily listener.
Okay.
And he contacted me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And he has told me, he goes, it should have been a lot more than it was, so I got it up to 500. Now I've got it up to 750. He goes,
Nice.
I'm going to win it. He goes, I'm
Yeah,
winning
and
that
by
dinner.
the way, the Ireland James Worthy golf is at 1,000. That's a deal.
Oh, that's great.
Way more.
That's a huge deal.
The one that I think is amazing, I can't believe it hasn't gone for more, is the broadcast live from your house or business. It's at $3,300. If I own a hamburger stand or a chicken shack or some business and I can have ESPN LA broadcasting
All day.
live from there all day, I'm like, sign me up. $3,300. People pay thousands upon thousands of dollars for that when we show
right.
up somewhere
Tens
and do
of
our
thousands.
shows.
Tens of
of thousands.
thousands.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah.
Mace, what do you think about the Kinney? You like the Kinney?
I don't know the Kinney.
Oh, how about the Inn at Venice Beach? You like the Inn at Venice Beach?
I don't know it.
Oh,
All right,
really?
why are these cheaper? Or are you getting
I don't know.
cheap?
I'm just looking. Venice
Yeah.
Suites? I don't know.
Hey, by the way,
you know
you
what's
know-
going to happen here, Ireland, Mason, is that Cappy's going to end up with Rachel at a hostel or something.
Yeah, at a youth
Or an
hostel.
Airbnb.
Exactly. Hey, you know where I'm going to be tomorrow with Bergman?
Oh, you're going to LAFC?
Dolly, black and gold. Yeah, we're going to
Are
be in
you
the
against Messi?
32-52. No Messi tomorrow. It's Austin. There's a chance. I don't know. Did that
aren't
become
they playing Messi though? Like in the CONCACAF
on
Cup?
Wednesday? On Wednesday.
That's Wednesday.
Is that officially Messi?
That's officially
Is Messi
Messi.
officially going to
Wait
play?
a second. Hold
I don't
on.
know.
Wait a
He's
second.
not officially.
He's
gonna
not
play.
officially going to play.
They're
That's
playing
the
Inter Miami.
yeah.
Hey, King Mario.
But don't wait. But I have a question. Don't the Lakers play on that same Wednesday against
against
Denver
the
at
Denver
home?
Nuggets.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's right.
Ooh, now I got a real decision.
You
on my
do have
hands here.
a choice.
I do.
A Sophie's choice.